when we started. Oh.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Irongeek Cast number 60. Oh, sorry, 65. Shit. That's how much. 60.5 Drunken Leprechauns. We call ours James. He's not on the cast as of yet. However, I am joined by some other gentlemen. Please name yourselves off. Left to right, I currently have Owie. Say hello, Owie.
Fuckery.
Caprico is next on my list from left to right.
Hey, hailing from the Netherlands. Let's go.
Then we got Jack.
What's up?
I decided I had to stream impromptu just because, well, fuck it. I need something to do on St. Patty's Day, and I have a bottle of apple vodka in the fridge, a small bottle of Jameson, some Irish whiskey in the fridge, and a bottle of something called it's called something like Randy Mead or something like that. It was a Macho Man Randy Savage themed mead.
Sounds like a macho man's drink.
Yeah. That's man. When you drink it, you slowly turn into Randy Savage and start talking like him.
Are you gonna snap into
a macho meat? I'll go ahead and copy the link and paste it into the various chats. You all can take a look at this thing.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm going to announce one con. I'm going to be at B-Sides Chattanooga next weekend, so hopefully y'all will be there. They're supposed to get me the CSV file of what talks going on, but I think it's only like a 2 or 3 track con, so it should be an easy one for me. I like them cons where I don't have to drive like 4 hours or so to them. I don't want to fly because, dude, flying's become a pain in the ass.
Really? I guess it always kind of has been.
Maybe it's because I have to do it more now. I mean, I between the mid '70s and 2009, I flew 0. And then in 2009, I had to fly a whole lot, and I just hate the whole ordeal of getting everything on and getting it through the TSA checkpoints and checking baggage and then getting shit on and off and waiting for shit on the other end. First world problems, I know, but still.
Yeah. Speaking of first world problems, I had in the apartment that I'm living in, we had when me and my roommates moved in, we noticed that the drain was really, really slow, and at one point it just clogged immediately, and so it just took forever for water to get down. And then with the amount of relief that we had when I got some drain cleaner, because we figured out that the maintenance crew wasn't going to do it for us, which was kind of a pain in the ass. Went out and got that, and then just immediately, like, all of us were like, "Oh, this is amazing! We have a drain that actually works."
I have a picture for this.
I'm surprised you don't have a picture for anything and everything.
Okay, 1 second. Actually, I do. It's called Google Image Search.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's on HuffPost, but fuck it.
I'll link this in the YouTube chat. Oh wait, no, I can't. I hate
Wait, I can't. I think because I'm like admin.
Oh, right.
If I knew it was a change I could set, I would do it so everybody could. But yeah, YouTube, I can understand why they do it, but yeah, YouTube's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Then again, they also have a CEO who thinks that there's no biological differences between men and women. So what do you expect? And
wait, what?
That's the difference. You get to look up. Susan was out with Wazowski, and she had a whole response to the Moore memo. It was just dumb.
I'm gonna say this right now. We could easily prove this with genetics.
Or
we could also have a naked person and a naked person next to each other and say which one is the man, which one is the woman.
Yeah, I was about to say, just have someone drop their pants in front of them and be like, I am different from you.
Nightshade has joined. What's up, Nightshade? You joined at a weird moment.
Yeah, apparently.
You walked in on discussion of masturbation and showers. I will repost the link because fuck it.
It is worth it.
But welcome, Nightshade. Glad you could join. I'm not sure
Yeah,
when.
it took me a little bit there. My phone was saying I was already in a Hangouts call when I was clearly not.
It was lying.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole bunch in the show notes because this was going to be improvised just for the Drunken Leprechauns that could join. And
I thought this was the shit posting podcast.
mostly
It is.
We got these show notes to help guide our shit posting. First, I will say that I wish Mary was on this, and she may comment on it later on. But I'd like to recognize a loss in the Adrianarchy. Adrian Lamo apparently passed away yesterday. Still don't have any details on how and why he passed.
I heard that they found out that he had died yesterday, but he had passed away a few days prior.
Yeah, they didn't really give a time frame on that. So every time I hear a guy who's only like 37 pass away, the first things that come to my head are either suicide or overdose. But I have no idea what the gentleman passed away.
Well, I mean, I can think of another, especially like when you start talking the late 30s, it could be it's the beginning of that time where it could be something like freak heart attack,
Yeah.
Especially for a person who kind of led a hard living life with a lot of drugs and alcohol or that sort of thing. You could get some stuff like high blood pressure, heart disease starting that young.
Scene at all? I mean, is there any evidence that he was into the whole drug scene at all? Or
some of the stuff I've been reading. I mean, I don't know Adrian. I don't even know how you pronounce Lamo.
Adrian Lamo.
I mean, I knew of him. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him personally. From some of the stuff I've been reading from people who did know him, they were saying that he did kind of like to party hardy. So.
Okay, well, I wish Mary and Matt was on already because Mary and Matt apparently did actually know him personally.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm holding back my judgment of Adrian Lamo. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I posted something online. Even that was too risque. I said something about one guy is known as a snitch, but maybe for good reason, who informed another person who went against the oath to the armed services and posted too many emojis. And person C is someone who people call as a Russian shill, but as far as I can tell, is just an egomaniac. And
well, the way you put that, I think all of us in this community knew exactly who A, B, and C were.
Yeah.
So I've also read that prior to Adrian's Manning, Adrian was.
You're having some choppy issues.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself and keep myself out of this because I think everybody knows my opinions on
I'm avoiding commentary myself because I probably have the unpopular opinion of the group.
I don't really have a strong opinion because I don't really know any of the people. I just know I saw Adrian Lamo get attacked at some Hope conference, and I'm like, okay, you all seem awfully rough on this guy. Anyway,
what I was going to say was there was somebody else in the community, and I would say if I could, this was like as I was in the mix on Facebook, somebody was saying that Adrian Lamo was already an FBI informant prior to when Manning started talking to him, and if that was the case, he pretty much would have had no choice but to go to the feds if he was already one of their confidential informants.
I think I've vaguely heard similar things about him, but I don't know, and I have no strong opinions.
Well, I have no strong opinion one way or the other. But I don't think it, I think the story that's commonly told that, he just snitched out Manning, I'm like, well, it could have been a case of Manning having epocally bad luck or bad taste in who he decided to confide in at the time.
Anything that's considered traitorous or illegal or so forth, why the fuck aren't you keeping your mouth shut?
Because Brad, Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna let it out. Bradley,
Here we go.
Bradley Manning was a piss poor fucking soldier. And that's point blank and period. I don't know why the fuck did they let him continually have access to top secret information. Granted, it was his fucking job, but if they knew he was not going to do his fucking job, then why didn't they fucking take him away from that? If they already took his fucking weapon away and the little fucking Fobbit bunny wanted everybody to know.
Bunny? What's a Fobbit bunny?
Person doesn't leave the forward operating base.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm ignorant on these issues.
It's just like how for years nobody knew who the fuck Deep Throat was until Deep Throat died. Manning could have easily have done his time, kept his fucking mouth shut, and then waited for the statute of limitations to run out, and then say, "Hey, it was fucking me." Instead, he did it knowing he was going to get fucking caught. So, of course, he was going to run and tell it.
I seem to recall there was something. It wasn't like the feds had no leads on the leaks that Manning. I seem to recall something about that they had already detected a really long SFTP session between what they knew was Manning's laptop and WikiLeaks or something like that. Like he basically sent, a huge archive of information to Julian Assange.
Everybody behave yourself. My roommate's daughter is down here in the kitchen, so everybody behave yourself.
Okay.
I'm behaving. Fingers crossed.
I'll keep
back behind my back.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about. I've heard that Manning was not a particularly good soldier. I've read some accounts from his former people who went through basic with him.
Yeah, I read that as well.
And please don't give me no shit about misgendering, because at the time it was a hair. I don't want to have to play the fucking pronoun game right now. But yeah, I've heard some people who went to training and apparently they were not exactly a stand-up kind of person. So I do not know.
Of course not. If he had gone through when I went through, he would not have.
How much?
He would have been out in 90 days. He would have been recognized. He would have been out.
Now, my understanding is he came in during the surge, and during the surge they were accepting pretty much everybody. Like even my lazy ass could have passed during the surge.
Yes, you would have been wavered in multiple forms or another. Age, weight. It was just all about putting bodies on the line.
Besides all that shit, let's face it, Manning, I really don't have enough information to comment one way or another, so I'm just going to stay out of this.
Yeah, I'm at the same point.
I was supposed to link to the wrong thing in the YouTube chat. Well, post one to the correct one.
That being said, I will say that Manning's overuse of emojis is a crime against humanity.
That is getting annoying. That is like, we got this. You ain't got shit.
Only thing, and I'm glad that he got found out for what he is. He's just all about himself. And don't expect me to play a pronoun game because I just don't fucking respect the dude.
Yeah, I actually I never knew about or heard about that before or before yesterday when I saw the tweets of Adrian dying. And then I just Googled who's this Manning person, and I was like, wait, did I click on the right person? Because I'm like, that's a dude trying to be a chick. And I'm like, oh, it's the same person. He just had a gender swap or whatever. That's not content for the Shitpost podcast.
I try not to dead name people or misgender people just because of respect, but I'm going to be clear about this. I really have mixed feelings about Manning.
Mm. Yeah. So, should we move on to the next topic?
Moving on.
More about Adrian Lamo gets known, and unfortunately, everything but his story gets tied into the Manning story because it got more famous in the media. I first learned about Adrian Lamo because of some hack he did on what was it? Some crap. It was some news agency where he put
New York Times, CNN. Fuck.
Yeah, he got into someone's database of different phone numbers. I think he inserted his own phone number as well. He got big on Tech TV back in the day.
Nice.
We're talking to my friend, a coworker of mine. She's talking about visiting for going to dinner at someplace in New Albany. I went to this place called the Gospel Bird. The hours are screwed on the website because they can't get it updated. But I had something called So's pork bellies. Oh, it was good. It's fattening. I'm gonna die of a heart attack. I'm getting fat in my old age.
You need to work out more, Adrian.
I
Burn all
know.
the.
I have mental problems. I have mental issues, man.
You aren't the only one.
Yeah, I know that.
I'll
We're all
freely
smart.
admit I'm a mental clusterfuck. I don't care. I mean, psychologically, when I was hospitalized last year, the list of things they fucking listed me with, it's like, okay, some of these I object to. Some of these, it's like, do they just not know how to diagnose me, or is it because I'm literally that much of a clusterfuck?
Yeah, I don't know. See,
I wouldn't necessarily say it's because you're that much of a clusterfuck. It depends entirely on how much time the psychiatrist was willing to spend in the. I guess I would say analysis, but that I don't mean psychoanalysis. I mean like, they interview you and then they're looking at their notes or whatever.
all right, I'm gonna have a split conversation here because James just called me up on one chat, and then I have everybody else in another chat, and now I'm all confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, wait, who's
That was
calling
the program.
All right, I'm trying. Anyone in there? Yes. Just join you, fucking leprechaun. What the hell?
But yeah, I mean, the shrink was only spending like 5 minutes at a time a day with me.
Ugh.
I only experience I have with that at all is so many people tried some antidepressant meds on me, and everything they tried just didn't fucking work. And I think we got all
We got the leprechaun.
all leprechaun has joined.
The pot of gold is in sight.
Lead me until you got a pot of gold.
And I'm seeing him comment on multiple chats, and I think I need for this chat to make it like a YouTube or something else. So I need to make another way of communicating the link to the regulars, because I like for everybody to get the link. Like if Marlene misses a week, then she doesn't get the link for the next week unless I remember to send it to her, or Caprio for that matter. The people who are always in here are like Charles, James, Nightshade, and Owie.
Yeah.
Anyway, James, how's our resident leprechaun doing? Can you actually speak, or is you from the mute?
I'm doing all right.
Good to have you on, man.
What was that?
I said good to have you on, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to freaking teach myself some Python, and it's not working.
All right, I got a little rant on
Here's your rest
Python versus
request.
Perl and other languages. It seems to be like an age demographic thing. Like anybody who is like a baby boomer and a little bit younger maybe than a baby boomer, like Perl's the thing. Then people who are a little older, like Gen Xers like me, it seems to be Python. And then youngins like Caprico, it seems to be shit like Ruby. Am I wrong in that assessment?
For me, it's Go and JavaScript. For me, it's JavaScript mainly right now, but Python as well, and I'm learning Go.
Yeah, I'm not a big Ruby fan, but
Yeah,
I don't
fuck
know,
Ruby.
Go's getting big.
Yeah, my only issue with Go is Google has this weird tendency to just drop project or like drop things. So I'm wondering if like they're just gonna be at one point there's gonna be like some weird some weird thing that they can't figure out, or like some weird security breach, some weird like memory leak or performance hit or something like that, and they're just gonna be like, and it goes gone.
Gone.
There's a very specific reason I'm a JavaScript fan, but I'm not going to say that on the air. I'll talk about it afterward.
Because you inject from the website right into the registry and run code out of there?
Oh, no, but there's another reason why, and I think you'll all like it. It has something to do with the project I'm working on right now.
Oh. Nice.
So I'm curious, is there anybody who actually likes Ruby? Any hackers out there who actually like Ruby?
Anyone that
more,
writes,
apparently.
anyone that writes code for Metasploit?
I heard that they were going to switch to Python in future versions of Metasploit.
I thought it was already.
That would make sense.
I thought it was already in Python at one point, and then it moved to Ruby.
It was in Perl first.
This version was
Yeah.
Okay. Then I got some misinformation from my from someone. Then that's okay.
Wait until we get Go versions of Metasploit.
Oh my gosh.
No, wait, brain fuck.
No, why? Why would you do that?
White space, whatever esoteric language can we come up with.
No.
Fuck everything. x86 assembler.
Well,
No,
Yeah,
fuck
there-
that. Hard.
What's that?
Yeah.
Chanel said it in one of his songs, "Be yourself is all that you can do." Okay.
What's
I
the
think
Apple?
Was that on like one of the early James Bond, early 2000s James Bond soundtracks? Or maybe I'm thinking wrong.
Early 2000s James Bond soundtracks, the ones that were like Moby and Paul Oakenfold and those guys.
I could be totally fucking wrong. I probably am.
I have one thing to say about that. I have a fucking video now. Right. Moby.
Yeah, but to answer the question on if it's a generational thing, I personally enjoy coding in Python, but that was also because it was the first language that I was taught. So that's always kind of just been like
Too basic.
So argue Python is the new Pascal. It was originally supposed to be a pedagogical language.
Mm.
And unlike Pascal, it's something you can actually do a lot of useful things in.
I've yet to be taught a language.
Yeah, like my college IT course goes. It goes. Your first class is Python, where you get the basic like framework of how programming languages work. And then you go to the next class, which is Java, and then you get into databases using SQL and relational database modeling, and then you go into there's one course which I actually want there to be more of these kind of classes. There's one class in assembly and understanding Linux, or understanding the Linux operating systems and just in general how operating systems work. And then I think it's just more semantic stuff like quality assurance testing. And then there's a couple of information security courses and like hacking courses, but then, yeah, and then some more networking stuff.
I'm kind of curious how the comp sci class would change over time because, okay, I'm more date myself because I'm an old fogey. Even though I think in my mind I'm only 22, I'm so much older than that. And and you seem okay, Capricorn, but damn it, I'm frustrated with some millennials. But anyway,
I trust me. I will say this on air. I fucking hate everyone. I hate every one of the people that are my age right now.
I started off my programming intro in college. I was going to be into electronics because I wanted to be a special makeup effects artist, and I figured things were going animatronic. No, they were really going completely CGI, but that was me thinking stuff in '92, which was bullshit. Anyway, I started taking programming classes. First thing I learned was Basic A, which I already had some experience with. And way back, if you go back far enough, in elementary school, Logo. Then about when I actually became a full-fledged computer science major, circa 1995, C++ was the language du jour that they were teaching. So it's kind of interesting to see what language people have developed over time. Python actually is an introduction language. Teach people how to do something that they can quickly be productive with. Python, I don't think is a really bad choice. C++, it's hard to write anything that's really productive in a short number of lines. Python, you can do that. I don't know. What's y'all's opinion? What was your first language that you actually learned in college versus as a kid? Because if you go back as a kid, I think Basic A, again, was the first language I learned as a kid because that came like burnt into the ROMs of various old PCs.
My first language I learned in college formally was probably C. And then when I started taking I took an engineering class to learn that. And then when I started taking computer information science classes, the program was all in C++. So that was primarily what I programmed in when I was an undergrad and actually in grad school, which was part of that, though, was that my old professors all preferred Fortran, and I loved just flummoxing them with a bunch of object-oriented C++.
How about others? Apparently, Ali's saying QBasic was one of the first things he learned, which was
that was the first one I learned in high school. The first one I learned overall was I was starting to learn C++, but couldn't grasp it when I was like elementary school, middle school. After that, I wound up going into C++ in high school. And then I wound up in college. The first official programming class was Visual Basic, but I learned that in high school already. So I wound up, actually, first language I learned in college was Java, I think.
Ugh, I hate Java.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of myself of Java, but I had to do some of it in college. But that was just the very beginning of Java because, you know, like I said, I graduated my comp sci bachelor's degree. I finished in 2001. I'm fucking old.
You're not old, really.
You're really not, dude.
I mean, look at like Kernigan and Richie and the guys from Bell Ave.
Like comparison to those motherfuckers, no, I'm not old, but all right, Jack.
Or Jack Daniels, too.
Jack, what was? Oh, Jack Daniels, shit, man. Yeah, it looks like someone was talking about. Someone posted a article about. It was like a picture of Egyptian god mythology and who was related to who. Someone said, "Where's Jack Daniels on it?" And my response was, "Jack Daniels is Norse. Look up Odin." And I posted this picture of Odin, and Odin was missing an eye. It looks like fucking Jack Daniel.
Yeah.
Let me look this up for y'all. But Jack, what was your first language? I'm gonna look this up, and you can look at.
Let me see here. My first language I learned when I was a teenager was, of course, Basic, not Basic A, but fucking Basic. I learned that because that's just the way my fucking high school rolled. Ancient ass languages, and then. Hey, don't knock it. My high school was ghetto as fuck.
Hey, it's what works, man. As long as you can teach and do stuff with it, that's all I care.
In college, both of my major courses included C++ and Visual Basic, which I learned at the same time, which fucking sucked.
Yeah, that always. That does look like Jack Daniels or Jack Daniel.
Oh, I can't. It's too long for me to share on the main stream. Shit, I'll share my screen for a short time so people can see it. Let me see. Anyway, continue.
And then when I was rolling with a crew of programmers, they taught me Java and a couple of other dead languages, and yeah.
Java is not a dead language, motherfucker.
No. There's another dead language in there that nobody fucking uses anymore. And then my And then one of my friends was trying to get me into SAP, which this was 99. And like a dumbass, I was like, nah, this isn't going anywhere. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm just not going to deal with that. Kicking myself in the ass now.
It's actually a newer programming language, and I was reminded of it when we were talking, and Java was mentioned. Clojure. It's supposed to be like this. I'm not really sure what the use case of it is for it, but what I think the use case is for it is you can cross-compile it into Java applications and run them in a normal Java environment. And then, yeah, I'm trying to freaking remember it. And it was funny because there was a career expo thing a couple days ago, and I just walked in, and after telling everyone that I couldn't speak Dutch, I actually found out one of the companies that was there was coding in Clojure, and I was like, wow, really? Cool. So, and that's one that I actually should be investing some time in, just because it seems like it's taking off. So, might be fun.
Pretty much for me, if I have to code anything anymore, quickly it's Python. Maybe that's partly because of Dave Kennedy's influence, but quick and simple. And I've seen some people post some shit from Perl. I have a buddy of mine who, well, he looks like you know the blacksmith from Diablo.
Yeah, which Diablo? The first
Diablo
one?
1 and 2. He was in both of those.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember the gentleman's name, the blacksmith in Diablo. I have a friend who looks like that. He does everything in Perl. And Daryl Highland is his name. Is the actual hacker's name, but he looks like the blacksmith from Diablo 1 and 2. But he does anything in Perl. But hey, Perl has a lot of libraries out there for doing a lot of shit, so I can understand. I've just noticed the age gap in languages, and I'm a little drunk right now, so I'm getting too stupid. Let me move on to the next thing. We got languages of choice, which we just covered, and I just threw it into the show notes. Let's talk about booze of choice. Currently, I am drinking apple vodka. I got some Jameson because it's Irish whiskey in the fridge, and then I have that what is it? That macho mead, the Randy Savage themed mead in the fridge, which I've yet to break into, but I have a drinking horn for it. So, what's everybody else's drink of choice for tonight?
Knob Creek 9-year bourbon on the rocks.
Nice.
You'll need to decide. Maybe some Jameson.
We're hanging out with David at does B-Sides Philadelphia, and they usually put me up with David, a guy I crash with there. He has a really nice little what's the term, condo, and he has good taste in whiskey. So I usually bogart a lot of his whiskey while I'm out there to record for them. He doesn't seem to care, and well, he has good whiskey. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, my drink of choice for the night is water, because I'll get into why in the later parts of the show.
Yeah, we should probably move that. Well, actually, we only have one thing between that and your Caprico's drunken exploits in Europe. What's everybody's fay of choice? Fairy. The Irish and the Celtics and all them, they're into fairy folk and the idea of these not quite human but intelligent beings that exist beside us, like fairies and gnomes and leprechauns and other shit. So what's your favorite fairy? Favorite fairy?
I don't really know if I know enough about them to have one.
I don't know fairies.
The Fae, there was an RPG back in the 90s called, what was it, Changeling? But it was in the same world as the other White Wolf characters, like the vampires and the werewolf.
Okay, I have heard of this, yeah.
And then there's Lost Girl, which was a Canadian series, which had Fae, but they also brought in other characters as being Fae who wouldn't traditionally be considered Fae, but a certain type of fairy folks. Like leprechauns is a type of fairy folk. And I think, I want to say dwarves are a type of fairy folk in some Celtic mythology. I don't know
there's
really
a
enough
lot
about
of
it
them.
myself, to be honest. I shouldn't probably put it in the show.
So I'm curious why you're saying, because like when you say fairy, I have a very specific image in my mind of, you know, particularly women, but or females they're very small and then they have wings like either butterflies or dragonflies or that sort of thing. Why are you saying leprechauns are like fairies?
Because I've seen more generically use that, because I'm used to the term as used in like TV shows like Lost Girl, where like every kind of mystical being is a fae, and or RPGs like kindred, or not kindred,
Changeling.
where every kind of mystical being is essentially a fae.
Okay. Well, I guess I guess personally I kind of reject that classification system, but if you're asking about mythological creatures that I like, I'm a huge fan of the legend of Black Shook from southern England. He's supposedly the dog of Odin or the devil, depending on what time in history it was. And originally, he's described as giant and shaggy and hairy and with pale, baleful eyes like fire. And originally, if you saw him, it presaged your death within the next 12th month. So within the next year, you would die. What's interesting is that in later centuries, like in the 18th and 19th century, the last times he was cited, he apparently had a change of heart and his eyes glowed green instead of red. And in that time, he would sort of at a distance escort unescorted ladies through the countryside to make sure they got home safe. So I guess he, turned into an SJW or something.
Isn't that the black dog?
This is the black dog. This is the black dog.
No, the black dog's still bad. It still means you're gonna die.
There's a lot of people who have some weird mythologies about black dogs figure in a lot of people's mythologies.
But it was the same dog, the same, I guess Odin's dog or whatever. The same black dog is the one that the truckers are supposed to see when they drive too long before they.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Look up the black dog trucker myth.
I had not heard of those. I will have to look them up.
It's supposedly the same dog.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I got this article on. I just pulled this article on Irish fairy folk. The White Wolf system used to pull from all sorts of cultures, and I'm gonna look at a few of the ones from this article. One is one of this is the puka, which looks to be some kind of black horse kind of creature. The changeling, the Meros, so like mer people, the Gurech. Oh, I don't even know what the hell that is. The one here. Apparently, the Irish had a couple of different ones. I'm trying to think. Those one I could think of that existed like a shadow. I don't remember what the hell its freaking name was. Anyway, yeah, the Irish had a whole bunch of different kind of like weird mythological creatures that they believed existed, and I think they all vaguely exist as fairy folk, but or fae. But damn it, I wish I had someone who was more into their cult than me. Mary might know some of the shit that I don't. I've been drinking, in case you can't tell. How you doing, folks?
Hi.
I think mine would probably be after looking up some probably the Pegasus. That's just a cool idea. Just have a flying horse.
Yeah, it's convenient to get from place to place.
Or shoot. Cherubim, I think, is another one of those. Maybe. Because I remember
like the baby angel looking things.
No. No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of isn't there? Have you guys read the book Wrinkle in Time at some point?
No,
yeah, I as a kid.
Yeah, it's like one of the creatures that Mrs. Whatsit turns into in the book, I think. I'm gonna look it up.
There was a book I got as a little kid at the Jeffersonville Library that had covered a lot of these. I want to say the one I was looking up was a Boogie Beast. And it like turned to shadow and did mischievous shit. Oh, my brother just told me you have Irish heritage ancestry, so you're allowed to be drunk today, Adrian. Thank you very much, Bedford. I appreciate you giving me permission to be drunk. I looked it up though just recently on that ancestry site after using mom's and dad's genetic testing. Most of the Irish ancestry appears to be from dad's side. Dad seems to be mostly British, and mom seems to be mostly Western European. He can correct me on that wrong. And my family, like Elizabeth Warren, has all these legends about having, this and that, Native American ancestry. They didn't find shit when they did the genetic testing. They didn't find anything. In theory, I have some, what was it? I think I want to say it was Cherokee on my dad's side and some Wampanoag on my mom's side, but it's not enough to even show up in any kind of genetic testing. So,
yeah, the only Native American that I have at all in relation to, I'm not genetically Native American, but I have a cousin who is Native American because her dad is Native American, and then so that's the only person in my family that has that or has any sort of Native American. So she's like half Native American and then a bunch of German Scandinavian roots.
Kind of Grandma Crenshaw's mother was Irish, according to Bedford, which would explain because I looked at my dad's genetics on that testing, and it was like I want to say my dad was like 17% Irish. I don't know. I find it interesting intellectually, but I don't really give a shit, too much. All right, last night, stories of Caprico's drunken exploits in Europe. Give us a rundown, man.
Okay. So, few weeks back, I was talking with this with one of my classmates, and she was talking about a couple of places that I should check out while I'm here in Europe. And I was to specifically go like find some craft beer places, find some just fun clubs to hang out at, the works. And it was like Wednesday night, and this is why I wasn't on the podcast for like 2 weeks. Because I ended up getting sick after this. Instead of going to the podcast, she texted me at like midnight saying, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, "To what?" And she said that they were all going drinking. So it's midnight. I'm thinking, screw it. It's Europe. I'm going to go out. I then go out at midnight, and I have about, I want to say 8 to 10 shots of vodka because on Wednesday nights, it's Vodka Wednesday. So the place that we went to had really cheap vodka. And and I get there and she's immediately like, okay, first thing, you're not drunk. You're not on our level yet, because they had been drinking previously. So she buys me 2 shots. She buys me this like strawberry like smoothie kind of shot, vodka shot, which was really good, and then a straight shot of vodka. And then she proceeded to keep doing this, and then she also bought me a beer at the time. It was so
get in your pants, man.
Huh?
I think she wanted to get in your pants, man.
That's what I thought as well, and I was totally okay with this at the time. And there's an underlying story there as well, which is kind of sad, but I'll get to that. We go, I have more shots, and I lose count of how many shots I have. I'm royally effed up. And then this girl's, we're all dancing and whatever, and then this girl to go get another round, she grabs me and we go to the bar, and then she just straight up starts grinding on me. And that was like, what the hell is going on right now? I'm drunk as hell. It's 3 o'clock. And another part of it was I had an 8:45 class the next morning. So going at it, just having a great time. And then I end up at like 4 in the morning, just like, oh, okay, I probably should, or everyone was heading out. And then I eventually lost them. and just couldn't find them. And I'm like, all right, screw it. And I'm just walking home. Walked a half hour back to my apartment where I'm staying and just passed out immediately. And then when I woke up the next morning, because I still had to go to class. It was like we were doing. I couldn't miss this class. So I got up and I was still drunk. So I was still walking to class in like the normal drunken S shape like pattern. That was fun. And made it to class, and I was like one of like 3 people that were there. That was fun.
This sounds like a stay I had in Chicago about 15 years ago.
I put you in about the right age range, because I think, if I remember correctly, Nightshade, you're just slightly younger than I am.
Yeah, we're about the same.
Shit. So I'll give you a bit of, and I make it shit for some people on stream who listen to me say this. I'll give you a little tip. If either one of you drunk, don't hook up, man. It's just at the modern day age.
No, like
if either one of you are drunk and anything comes up that's slightly ambiguous about consent, it's your ass, man.
Yeah, neither of us.
I wasn't saying about the hooking up part. I was saying about the being so drunk you were still drunk the next day part.
Oh, I do that. I'm 43 and I do that sometimes. Shit.
They're like, there was just a very, very memorable, legendary St. Patrick's Day that right after I got out of grad school, where I drove up to Chicago in the middle of a fucking blizzard, and my brother and best friend from undergrad, the 2 of them drove in, and we met up and got a hotel room in downtown Chicago, and my best friend from undergrad in the morning woke me in a tumbler of Jameson on the rocks. I was drunk the whole day. We were wandering around Chicago in all of the, St. Patrick's Day festivities and parade and stuff. And the next morning, I wasn't hungover. I was still drunk. Hangover kicked in later on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I like I said, I went to school drunk, so I was still in class, and I eventually had to go to. I was at work, and at like 2 p.m. I immediately started having the hangover. It was like full on headache, full on just everything, and I was like, oh no.
I've had some other problems since, but the first time I ever actually really had a hugely bad hangover, I think, was my first ShmooCon. I brought a bottle of Applejack to the table. My buddy Mick Douglas. I don't know if you know Mick Douglas. He's now a coworker of mine, sort of, but it's a parent company. Oh, sorry, not parent, sister company. He brought something called Chartreuse, which is this one herb-laden fucking schnapps kind of thing.
It's a French liqueur, isn't it?
I'm not sure. All I know is that was Snowpocalypse at ShmooCon, so we couldn't actually fly back out on scheduled flights. So me, Martin Boss, I hate it when I don't remember people's names. A friend of mine, he was at the first the Metasploit class. Why is his name escaping me? I'm sorry, man. I apologize if you're listening to this. And his boss, we all drove back to Louisville, Kentucky through. And by the way, the people in DC do not know how to clear snow. The people in West Virginia know how to clear snow. But that's the first time I ever actually got motion sickness while driving in a car. And I made this lovely frozen puke thing down the side of the car.
Oh,
it was bad. It was bad, man.
Fear and loathing in West Virginia.
Oh yeah. The puke may have been before West Virginia, but
personally, I love West Virginia. I love everything about it. And the times I drove through it.
Wait, have you been to HackerCon then? Have you come to HackerCon?
I have not, unfortunately.
There's a lot of. Why the fuck did I come to HackerCon? It's in Charleston, West Virginia, and we have a good time there. It's been holding a little Holiday Inn the last 2 years, and it's a little small affair. Probably only like 150 people, but it's fun.
Yeah, anymore I like the smaller cons. I mean,
and you can.
I went through this year and had an awful time. I hate to say it, but it was just not. Of course. I went to ShmooCon this year, and Shmoo's like mid-size, like DerbyCon, but I don't know,
Well,
just
mid-size. I don't know if we quite call it either DerbyCon or Shmoo mid-size because they're both about the same size. Because there seems to be like that 300 size B side, that 100 size B sides. Then you get the B side. Then you get the ShmooCon and DerbyCon, which is like about 2,000 people.
yeah.
And then the next big jump is fucking DEF CON.
That's what I'm saying. There's not any cons out there that are like 5,000 people or 7,000 people. You're either 2,000 or fucking 20, 30,000. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hope I would also put in the mid-size, but
yeah.
I went to Hope number 9 and I will not be back.
This seems too political for my taste. For what the video are.
It's political, but it's political in a very specific way. And I respect that they have their politics. That's fine. What I disliked about it is that they clearly had reserved a whole lot of speaker slots for these people who had spoken at, every Hope previously. So like in theory, there were, I don't know, 300 talks, I'll say. But in practice, about 150 or 200 of those talks had already been allocated even before CFP opened. Because they were like, well, let's go back to this guy who previously spoke at all the previous Hopes on freedom of speech online to see what he's coming up with in the last 2 years. The other thing I disliked about Hope is there's no real natural place for the hallway track to take place. There's no place where you could just hang out and randomly meet people.
ShmooCon has a nice. I've never been to Hope's Hotel, but ShmooCon in the past has had at least like outside areas where people could just visit that aren't, guarded.
Yeah, like the hotel lobby and the bar.
ShmooCon does that too, and I'm thinking our future hotel looks like it has that area also. But yeah, I don't know about Hope.
Hope doesn't because, the Hotel Penn is old and very old school. And the only place where they could have had that hangout space is on I want to say it's the second floor of the hotel. It could be the third, which is sort of like a convention meeting space. But they choose.
Want to chime in?
Go for it.
Yeah, Mary and Matt just joined. You also joined in on the show notes. But how y'all doing?
We're doing all right.
We're touring around hunting bird.
Nice.
We're touring around Indiana.
Sweet home Indiana. Me and Margaret and Mary are all Hoosiers, essentially now. They're all from different places. I wasn't born a Hoosier because I guess I was born in Kentucky, but I've basically been raised in Indiana. And then Matt, I think it was I think you're Georgian, right?
No,
he's Michigan and I'm New York originally, but we were down there for a while.
Oh, okay, that's the way it goes. And Jack here, I think, is also born in Louisville, like me, right?
Yep.
But I was raised on the Indiana side. I think Jack was raised pretty much on the Kentucky side.
We're just gonna sit here and watch this train.
And now it docs us all. We're talking about various things, and by the way, we did a little bit of a rest in peace for a fellow member, Adrian Arkey, who's no longer with us. Do you have anything you want to say about Adrian's passing, just to get it off your shoulders or anything?
I want to get it back there.
Or if you have any comments?
Matt, you?
I didn't know the man personally. I think he got a lot of shit that was undeserved.
I think
I didn't know the man personally.
The thing is, Matt knew him longer than me. I remember him from way back in like 05 on Lab Mistress forums when we were all hung out on Darcy's message boards, like back in like Tech TV days, and he's always was good to us. I remember back in like 05, 06, my car got stolen. He was one of the first people to reach out to me to go, "Oh my God, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you want me to do anything to try to help figure out who stole your car?" And I always appreciated that, but it wasn't like worship him, kind of a nonsense, because it was like when he would get a little showboating, and I called him out on it because I felt that's kind of what friends do, going, "Hey dude, you might want to dial this back a bit." But no, I think the people gave him a lot more shit than he really deserved, and that just bothered me. And I
knew him
long enough to, go like basically on little car road trips with him to places, crash with him before, and vice versa. But it's like, a lot of people, for instance, give him shit about, turning in Manning. I'm not gonna lie. If you sat there and had told me, but I stole all this classified information that and it could potentially get people killed, yeah, I'd be like, let me make a phone call real quick.
Oh,
what?
I just had a question, because wouldn't, like, you have some limitations regarding your job, and I don't have to get into them, but like, wouldn't you in particular have been duty bound to have made that call?
Yeah,
technically, the fire department, you kind of have to.
When I went through my background checks and stuff, he was one of the people that had to talk to the government about me. He had sat there and mentioned to me, like a few months, maybe 6 months after all my investigations got done. They went, yeah, they called me to interview me about you. I was like, oh, great. It just because this was after the Manning spiel, so it was just like going, oh, great. It's like I wish you didn't go after someone as high profile of people that know me type thing. But
well, yeah, but you were also telling me that what you were told was when they're doing your background checks, the more interesting you are, the quicker they get their shit done. So apparently Matt was really interesting because they got all his clearances done very fast.
3 months.
He had probably one of the most high-profile people in your network.
Not anymore, honestly. But,
no.
Yeah,
but like.
Actually, no. People I know, he is not the most high-profile people I know.
Okay. Well, at least someone with a large controversy, I guess. I don't know.
I've met various. I'm probably the most famous. Someone gave Mitnick shit about. Someone put a sign up that said something about world's most famous hacker or something like that. And I have to admit, Mitnick, at least anybody who's not in InfoSec, has to be probably the world's most famous hacker because you don't see much news in the media about hackers.
My dad knew who he was.
Yeah, true.
Your dad knew who Mitnick was or who Lamo was?
Both.
Okay.
What was funny about it here is if you look on Facebook, I posted the picture with the golf cart that had his free Lamo sticker on there. And so pretty much everyone at this gated community island down in Savannah, Georgia, at one point they asked me, even years after Lamo was free, or he's doing free, hey, whatever happened to that Lamo guy? And it's just kind of funny is the fact that I'm like, the cheapest house in this area is like $500,000, and most of the homes in here are the multi-million-dollar range, and everyone's asking me about Adrian Lamo.
I had someone once. Someone was talking to my buddy Cyber Pathogens about how to get more people at a conference because she posted a picture and didn't have enough people for this person's liking. And she said something about having Adrian there, and I'm like, she responded, well, Aiden Crenshaw was there for something, and the guy responded like, not hit, no, the real Adrian Lama. I'm like, I'm not
real Adrian. Oh. Neither of you. They want my goat.
Yep.
You know that. It's the truth. They want my goat.
Yeah, you go to this.
The goat's much better than both of you. That's what. No, that's horrible.
And then the goat has the Adrian that's the female goat, or the Adrienne.
Adriana, yeah.
She is the granddaughter of Adrian Goat.
Yeah, she would be Adrian Goat's granddaughter.
Okay.
Yep.
I hope not yours.
I would hope. That would be really weird.
What would be really weird? What?
If it was your actual.
Talking about goat fucking.
No. My goat granddaughter, or my goat great god granddaughter.
Like you're like the godfather to Mary's herd of goats.
Something like that. I'm the godfather to at least the goat Adrian.
It says it's. How is it? Do it.
How is goat Adrian doing, by the way? Because he's kind of old for a goat now, isn't he?
He kind of is. The train car says wiener. It's funny. It's a big round one too.
But he makes cute babies.
He does. He makes gorgeous. I'm hoping that we'll see. He's kind of semi-retired at the moment. We need to splint his leg. I think that's part of the problem. He needs a knee brace. Because I'm looking at him yesterday and going like, I bet you'd be doing a lot better if I could just get a knee brace on you. Just like how old they blow their knee out. I think that's kind of what's happened.
The Adrian goat is geriatric.
I think he's coming on 4 or 5 this year, which for bucks is a good age for bucks, because a lot of times they don't make it past 4 or 5 years, just because breeding takes a lot out of them. It really does.
That's why I lived as long as I have. I haven't got enough breeding in.
Damn little gelding. That's the problem there, man.
I need to lose some weight. I need to get my breeding in. Shit.
Well, because the problem is rut's really hard on the boys, because what happens is they get so damn horny they stop eating, and they stop eating, and so that's why he's like freaking skin and bones all fall, and he hasn't really put the weight back on. So I need to fatten him back up. So.
Well, I've got another story, which is why the title is for the show notes is Last Night, Exploits of My Drunken Exploits of Capricorn in Europe. Last night, the same classmate that asked me out for the whole Vodka Wednesday outing said, hey, I'm having this birthday thing. It was my birthday this week. You should come with. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is after the fact that I found out that she was seeing someone. And so I was really conflicted about that. But anyway, that point aside. So I pregame at my apartment with a bunch of my neighbors, and I have about 4 shots of this Italian vodka. So I had a good buzz going.
Grappa. Grappa.
I don't think it was grappa. It started with an I. I don't remember. It was like this black licorice vodka. I really hated it.
I hate black licorice.
I don't like black licorice normally, so having it in vodka was just like
Jaeger.
Yeah, like Jaeger.
Like Jaeger and
sounds like Jaeger.
Also
Sambuca.
It's not. It wasn't Jaeger.
What is that stuff that is known for having wormwood in it?
That's
Absinthe.
what I'm drinking right now.
Absinthe. Yes, I love the ceremony of absinthe with the knife and the salt and the sugar cube and the pouring over in the water. I love that. And there was a little bar down in near NolaCon that I plan on going back again to this year to do the whole absinthe ritual. I love the ritual, but I really don't like the taste of absinthe.
Well, like I said, Adrian, I can recommend some that don't have that licorice taste. That taste that you don't like is called anise.
Yes.
So
I like the anise.
Email me.
Email
me the list, and I will try to request that at the absinthe bar in New Orleans. Because there's an absinthe bar like a block away from the hotel that NolaCon's at. And
I order my shit through the mail now. So I mean, like Gold 68, you can actually find that freely online.
Seems weird to order alcohol online.
Yeah, it does. There's actually a delivery service here for alcohol.
That said, I did when I was underage. I used to order cigarettes online because I did have a checking account and I could do that.
We're gonna play the. I don't want to hold the phone anymore. Can I still get us both on camera?
Just go audio, man.
Oh, well, I could. I might have to.
Anyway, I walk over to this after the shots to this to my classmate's apartment, and I meet up with a bunch of guys. We have a couple more beers, and then we go downtown.
You guys are eating beards?
What?
You're eating beards?
You don't want to eat beer. You don't know what's
No,
left
no,
in
no.
them.
Beer.
Oh, beer.
Eating beer. How do you eat
Echo,
beer?
Echo Romeo.
Very chewy beer. It's the chewiest of the beers. Anyway,
I mean, if you were to have some of those heavier wheat
Just got me
beers
busy.
were, yeah. Anyway, had a couple of really good beers with them, and then we went to a club, and then there I proceeded to buy a round of beers for everyone, and then a couple of shots for myself and my classmate to celebrate her birthday with. And I also owed her from the time that we went out, and she bought me a ton of shots. And one of her friends, she up and comes over and just steals the shot that I bought for us, and she just downs it with her, and I'm like, well, okay. And then one of the guys that was with us saw it, and he's like, that's fucked up, I'm buying you a shot. So he buys me a shot, and I've had about 7 or 8 shots, and then about 3 or 4 beers at this point. I'm completely gone. And all of a sudden, I'm like in the bar, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh no, I'm feeling sick. So I run into the bathroom, I throw up in the bathroom, and there in the Netherlands, no one cares. They've seen it all. Like, it's just whatever. Throw up in the sink, I clean up everything, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done. It's like it's 4 a.m. at this point. I'm gonna head out. So then I go outside just to get some fresh air, and then I sit down on the sidewalk, and I actually pass out. I fall asleep sitting on the sidewalk at 4 a.m.
dear God.
And right now we just had another cold snap, so it was super cold and super windy, and I'm drunk as shit, so I don't feel anything, and I'm super cold, and I think I passed out for like at least 10 minutes or something like that.
All right, Capricorn, buddy.
Yeah.
Being your age is the time for doing dumb shit, because that's
This will not continue in a few years.
I recommend reading some of his books. He's very cynical and very I don't know what's cynical and something else. Aaron Clary. Read about his idea about investment and how to live your life as a young man and so forth. Listen to his advice. The one part of advice I wouldn't give up on him. Hunt for women at your current age and find them early, because it gets much harder to find good women to marry as you get older.
All right.
But besides that,
Or just give up on marriage.
I say listen to Aaron Clary. Read some of Aaron Clary's books. It's got some good shit. Anyway,
I don't think I'd figure it out.
It's true though, because you can't.
So I have some dark advice here. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what you do, because Lady Luck can frown on you at any time, and whatever you've built can be taken away from you. So bear that in mind as well.
He's like 20 years or more behind. More than 20 years behind me. I would change a few things about my life. You're already a hard gainer, so you're naturally skinny. Work on the gym still, because muscle mass and being athletic looking does help with the women. And hit on women, because whatever women live is done for women. It doesn't make them the aggressors. If you want to meet a good woman, you kind of have to seek them out yourself. This whole they'll just come along, I don't believe in. So my advice to you, if I was at your age right now, and future me was talking to past me, find these women now, and also start investing as early as you can, and watch your finances. Don't ever go into debt. Put money away if you can, because compound interest is a godsend.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty. I've been doing some investing already on my own, and then there's after I graduate college, there's a full plan that I need to set out. That some of
Real investing, not Bitcoin.
No, yes, actual investing. I was doing that before any of like the Bitcoin shit. Anyway,
I don't mean to sound like a preachy old man. I'm just thinking like if I could go back 20 years and what I would tell my younger self, this is the shit I want to tell you now.
And I respect that and I appreciate that, man.
Hopefully you have a happier life than I did, because I got friends. Well, I got friends who whatever. Never mind. I can't say enough.
Anyway, the story
Real
continues.
shitty is when no one will hire you, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I've got debt, and no one will hire me. What the fuck do I do? And then you have to pull out your investments just to fucking pay the bills.
You'll get there, Howie.
My suggestion for getting hired is blog a lot. See, I took a slow path to actually getting a real job in InfoSec, and now I'm kind of fucking it up. But that's a different story for a different time. I started a blog posts, and I did a lot of talks at cons, and eventually someone just hired me. But I gotta admit, as I age, my interests move less and less away from tech and more about social issues, which don't pay the bills. So I'm kind of oh well, that's a different subject. Continue.
Yeah, so the story continues. I said that I passed out for about 10 minutes, right? That is because a cop woke me up. There's no faster way to sober up than when a cop pokes you while you're sitting on the sidewalk passed out, saying you can't sleep here. Or actually, no, she was yelling. She was yelling at me in Dutch, and I had to say English I think I just slurred English out, and then she eventually told me you can't sleep here. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I just gotta walk home. And home was about a half hour away. It's like it was like -1 or -1 to 5 Celsius here. So like 20 degrees. But here the thing that gets me is the wind. That is what kills you. So I start walking back, and I'm doing the whole S-shaped pattern on the way back. And at some point, I look over, or I look at a garbage can, and I'm like, "Huh, there's a garbage can. I suddenly feel sick again." And then I'm just sitting there for about 5 minutes, just throwing up into a garbage can. It was not great times. And so I eventually make my way back. It's about like 4. It's almost like 4 or 5, somewhere in between there, and I pass out. I wake up and I look at my glasses, and they are completely covered and stained in my puke from the second time that I had puked on the way home. It was bad. Great times. I will always remember these times when I am old and whatever, but yeah. I'm in Europe, so it's completely accepted and kind of expected, I would guess, which kind of leads into our next topic.
Let's go into the next topic, because this is mostly a verbal shit posting cast. Because I was like, I'm lonely on Leprechaun Day, and what we're gonna talk about. But yeah, the next thing was drinking culture in Europe versus like America. I don't have the versus America, but the drinking culture seems to be a little bit different. I used to have a roommate. He came from the same area I did. He was born in Louisville, raised in Louisville area essentially, but he went and married a woman from Denmark. And he was saying like the drinking culture, they're the hard fucking drinkers over there, but they're very functional alcoholics over there in Denmark. And I don't know what it's like in other parts of Europe. So give me the lowdown.
For instance, in the Netherlands, I mentioned that I had class the next morning for the Wednesday for the Wednesday night that I went down and just got absolutely smashed. That is actually very common. They, especially at least with students, what they'll do is they'll go out on like a Wednesday night or Thursday night, and then they show up to class the next morning just like nothing happened last night. It's insane. Another fun thing that happened to me is, or that I experienced was Carnival, which is this. It's basically the Dutch version
It's
of
like Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
yeah,
what it, that's
Mardi
what it
Gras.
is. It's called Carnival in the Netherlands. In Germany, it's called Fasching.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. And I was getting on the train to go meet up with my friend who was gonna. We were going to be in the carnival parade, so we were gonna dress up and stuff. And it was, if you want culture shock, or you want to give someone culture shock, take them to the Netherlands when carnival's going on, because you're seeing some weird shit. I was on the train, and these four older gentlemen come up or sit next to me on the train, and it's like they're in their 60s, 70s, and they're all dressed up, they're in makeup and stuff, and they start offering me booze on the train. Just out of nowhere, just hard liquor on the train. And I was
Yes, I understand.
I'm like, what the hell is, what is happening right now? This would not happen in the States. And then that full day,
Not been in the Midwest.
Caprico, not you don't have to drop your docs if you don't want to, but in the States means a lot of different things, because Europeans don't understand how big the States are. I've had all Asia who say, "Hey, I want to be in Colorado. Is that anywhere near you? Want to meet up for a drink or something?" No, that's nowhere near me.
Yeah,
So,
no.
The States means a lot. We're a lot of different cultures in the States. So what part of the States are you from?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, land of the cold and the nicest people and most passive aggressive people that you can run into.
I put the things up some Minnesota politics, and I'm like, wow, you guys are a little strange out there. But okay, Minnesota. All right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So. What was that, Nightshade? Or whoever? Anyway.
Nightshade's too busy popping some coyotes in the head.
I'm a different generation. No. Today I'm drinking. I'm not shooting today. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish and I'm drinking whiskey. So that kind of mitigates against the shotgun.
All right.
Anyway.
We're in Jasper, Indiana. There is no Irish anything anywhere near here. I am so sad. You have no idea. We had to go to Applebee's for dinner. I haven't had my frosted butt, my bacon and
I offered to drive an hour south
Who's the most
to a town that has lots of Irish.
My genetic testing, I'm about 7% Irish based on my mom's and my dad's testing. It's not very high. If anybody got 7% deep, it's Irish heritage.
So yeah, I'm definitely at least 25% Irish, maybe a little bit higher than that, because
I'm at 65. So
I don't understand how that percentage works.
65?
because I can give you the cross percentages in goat speak when they get to see the
I'll trust you on this one.
but I'm at least 65%, if not 75.
So anyway, what I was going to say was my experience with American versus European drinking culture comes from quite a while ago, because I'm about Adrian's age. In the summer of '92, I was an exchange student in Germany.
Yeah, fuck it up.
What?
Sorry, I'm gonna go get me another drink, and y'all continue the cast. I'll be right back.
All right, so I'll tell my story in the meantime. Adrian can miss it. But basically, in the southern Detroit suburbs where I'm from, there was a huge underage drinking culture in the high schools. Kids would just get completely shit-faced every weekend. I was not personally part of that. Say again?
What year was that?
We're talking late 80s, early 90s here.
Wow, I didn't realize you were that much older than me.
But anyway, yeah. So, but what I noticed when I went to Germany was, because in Germany, I think officially the drinking age is 16 or 14 or something like that.
No, it's 18.
When you're there,
It's 18.
unofficially, it's 18 now.
It's
It
18
used to
now.
be 12.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to
Well,
be
when I was
12.
there, when I was there, it was officially 16. Unofficially, if you could see over the bar, they would serve you.
Yeah.
So effectively, all of my German peers had been drinking, since basically middle school, and since alcohol was available everywhere, they didn't really. It wasn't the forbidden fruit. They didn't want to go out and like going out and drinking was not a big deal for them. So we would play pickup soccer and stuff like that, and afterwards the guys would be like, "Oh, let's just have a beer," and they literally meant one beer. And so sit around, drink one good German beer, and that was it. And it really was, what I noticed was, it's kind of an argument for libertarianism here that, because alcohol was so available, they didn't feel the need to try to consume excess quantities of it when it was available, because it's always available. You don't need.
I mean, it's the same thing with my
Alcohol probably is a bad thing.
I really drink.
Yeah, I mean they've already gotten it. They've already pretty much gotten it out of their system.
Yeah, I mean,
except for when
now.
Oh, we have a random person who's joined. I'm my Twitter feed. Joe B.
Hey, Adrian. Hey, guys. I was just listening to the stories. I'm 0% Irish. It's just Saturday, and I'm drinking.
Other drinking motherfuckers on the stream. Yeah, I got to go with Nightshade on this, man. The way we not mystify, that's not the right term.
Criminalize.
Mystique and I don't know. And also the way we treat alcohol in the United States, I mean, we treat it as okay, but with other drugs who are probably less dangerous, like marijuana, we illegalize and fuck with. I don't know. I don't know what the best culture is for that. All I know is I drink too much, and that needs to stop.
Yes.
Keep doing it.
Drink as much as I do, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
As far as I recall, you don't drink much at all. The last time I remember hanging out with you drinking, well, I remember me and Nightshade at your house getting drunk and having a lightsaber versus sword battle. Boom.
I wasn't very drunk for that, which was probably a good thing because your broadsword is razor sharp. Like everybody, when people see the picture of that, they're all like, "Why are you using such a low guard?" And I'm like, "Because the sword was real. Like I'm fighting Adrian, who's carrying a lightsaber, and I'm trying simultaneously not to carve up Matt and Mary's ceiling, and not to carve up Adrian. Like I have to pull."
It's good that you had the actual real weapon and I had the toy weapon.
I was gonna say, did Adrian have the broadsword?
Okay, we had two EMPs there.
Both weapons belong to me, but I think I gave Nightshade the sword, probably because even in my drunken state I was like, I'm too dumb to operate this right now. I'll take the light, the flashlight toy essentially, because I can't hurt anybody too badly with the flashlight toy. But the bastard sword I handed him, yeah, it's fucking sharp.
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's an actual word.
It's still available.
So you were drunk when this happened, or not drunk when this happened?
I was drunk. Nightshade was not.
Adrian was drunk. I had a couple of drinks. I wouldn't have personally called myself drunk, but I was under the influence of alcohol.
I was seriously up.
It was enough where
at least
you would have
enough to know that
an issue.
I didn't really want to see Matt and Mary's EMT skills come into play. We'll put it that way.
Could have handled it. It would have been all right.
It was a very nice bastard sword, though. You will admit that, right?
Oh, it's a very, very fine example of the type. Yeah, and like for a while I was dating Amazon V, and she's like way into the scene, I was like, I need to buy a sword, and she's like, no, you really shouldn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I've got other things I need to spend my money on, but there's so many nice rapiers out there.
I'd like another good rapier. I have a couple rapiers, but they're not as fine as I would like, and I'd like something more stabby than slicey. But then again, there's
For shame on you guys. You can't say rapier without putting a trigger warning up first.
Trigger!
Trigger warning. Trigger until you're ready to shoot. There, we're good.
Well, I triggered a friend's fiance just by having my trigger warning
This is a comic.
on shit.
I just personally go for like the cut and thrust rapier because of my size and the length of my limbs. It just accentuates the advantages I would have. I learned this when I was taking fencing as a class in high school. If you're tall and long limbed, you can dominate a sword
Oh no shit! Reach is a big fucking.
Hey, that sounds like me.
People talk about how fast like a katana is or something else, but in my experience, in the limited sword fighting I've done, range is a big fucking feature. Big fucking feature. If you have long arms, you can fuck someone up.
Yeah.
And I'm basically a very, very tall chimpanzee with long arms.
You're about 6'4", right?
Yeah, I'm 6'4", but my arms are longer than they should be, even for being 6'4". They're about 2 inches long.
You sound like my younger brother. You got an inch on me and probably another like 3 or 4 inches on reach then. Nice dude.
Yeah. Trying to get me into boxing, but I told them that I really, really like the fact that my brain works properly inside of my skull, so I kind of avoided that one.
And
ironically, the sport that I enjoy is shotgun shooting, and it makes it when you're built like me, it's really difficult to find a that has the proper length of pull on the stock, like the stock long enough for me. So I'm still working on that one. I did one time at Cabela's. One time I found this gorgeous Italian-made side-by-side 12 gauge that was fitted for a guy who was like built like me, 6 feet 4 inches tall. The problem was it was about $6,000.
Oh.
Which I didn't have when I was in grad school.
It's probably like a nice little Benelli with a full semi-auto instead of pump, so that's usually what makes them that expensive.
No, this wasn't even that. This was made in Italy, and it had like maple side by side break open action, improved cylinder on the right barrel, modified cylinder on the left, and 12 gauge. It was, and I think the barrels, I forget if they were 26-inch or 28-inch barrels, fluid steel. The entire gun was absolutely gorgeous. This was like not just a gun; it was a work of art. And someone had commissioned it and had it custom made because it didn't have a butt plate on the stock. The stock was just like cross-checkered wood on the very back. So it was clearly somebody had, instead of the standard way that they make the butts on shotgun stocks. Yeah. But yeah, like this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gun.
All right.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Like, I can appreciate all of the tactical stuff and the tactical stuff, but I also like the old school, like blued steel and polished walnut or tiger maple or cocobolo or whatever you got going on there. I kind of shatter that Fudd versus Rambo dichotomy when it comes to guns.
If you find a good cut and thrust sword, I'd be interested in seeing. I've been interested in having like a decent Scottish basket hilt, because that's basket hilted swords. For the little sword play I've done in practice and so forth, a basket hilt seems incredibly practical because your fingers get fucked up. So a basket hilt seems practical, but most of the Scottish basket hilts I've had have been I only have one. It's not well built. A well built basket hilt is like a practical thing. It seems like a practical carry sword.
Well, about the fingers, isn't that why a lot of people were wearing gauntlets and gloves and
people doing basket hilts? The sword was a perfunctory thing. You had it on your side, but you weren't expecting to go into combat, but it was there and just in case. So
it's sort of like the sword equivalent of carrying concealed.
Sort of, yes. There's also the small sword, which is basically a very, very long fucking dagger.
Yeah.
I'd be actually interested in hearing someone else who knows more about the history of this cover all this. Because here's what I'm saying. European martial arts heritage is largely disappeared, and there's people who want to recreate it, but unfortunately, the people who are trying to recreate it, I don't think they have enough to build up what it actually was. I'm interested to hear,
Well, I know a little bit of this because of my interest in rapiers and things like that. I know that like the small swords sort of started coming into being late in the what I would call late in the period when swords were still considered viable weapons for self-defense, and that basically this sort of developed for the when there was a time period when no gentleman was considered properly dressed unless he was carrying a sword, but a lot of gentlemen didn't want to carry the full rapier and dagger combo because it's large, it's cumbersome, it's heavy. And so the small sword started coming into popularity then because it was a sword, but it was smaller and lighter and shorter than the rapier. And I guess in a pinch, you could still defend yourself with it, although it seems to me that if you're up against an opponent with a longer sword who really knows what he's doing, you're probably screwed.
Range, in sword fighting, range is a huge fucking thing.
In any fight, well, as I put it in self-defense, distance equals life. The farther away you are from your opponent, the better off you are. And now, granted, and it seems like so few people really recognize this, but I'm like, you now live in a world where high-powered, accurate rifles exist. This completely changes everything you know about combat. Because if there's somebody who's skilled with that weapon, they can own your ass from several hundred meters up to about 1,000. And if it's somebody like Chris Kyle, that could be like 2 fucking miles. But the people who can shoot at that extreme range are rare. But like there's so many people who just haven't internalized that something hundreds of meters away can be a mortal threat to you. But as far as swords and like that, I think they were getting shorter because at least in the I'm trying to think here, late 18th, early 19th century maybe, or maybe the 17th century. I don't remember exactly when the small swords started coming to popularity, but part of it was the sword was short enough that you could kind of manipulate it so that if you were riding in a stagecoach, you wouldn't have too much of problems with keeping the sword on your person while you were sitting down. And also, you wouldn't just be whacking people if you happened to turn around at the social event you were at, whereas a rapier that's, a 1.5 meters long, total length, I'm not sure. When that thing is holstered scabbard, in the scabbard and in the frog and all like that, it's extending behind you a good distance. But that's what I know about the small swords.
I'm a big fan of big two-hand swords because I'm a big guy and I figure I gotta make up for my small penis. I gotta.
How courageous to admit that, Adrian. How courageous to admit that. I need to get
back in shape and get back to my strength because I got to. I'm feeling as I get 43 years old and I'm feeling weak, man. I'm feeling weak. I need to hit the gym harder. And my buddy Charles is trying to give me encouragement. Charles keeps sending me like messages in the morning, like, Adrian, get to the gym. And he's right.
Tell Charles to stop being so chipper in the morning.
I love Charles.
Can he ever not be chipper?
Charles is actually chipper and happy, and I'm not going to bring down his high, man.
Oh, man. So I used to work with the guy.
You used to work with Charles?
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but I can see how his...
3.5 years ago, Monday morning, his first day on site, right? When we all work together. First thing he does, comes in and, good morning, everybody. Dude, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
I love Charles, but I can see working with him is like, I love you, Charles. If you listen to this, I just remember I love you. But,
oh no, yeah, love the guy.
There's a certain point where you're so happy and everybody else is not, and it's like,
it's not just that he's happy. Charles is relentlessly positive, and if I worked with the guy and he said good morning, I'd say, Charles, I love you and everything, but here's the deal. It's not a good morning until it's afternoon for me.
I told him this last time we were all together over at B-Sides Nova there. I was like, Charles, I was like, you don't understand. When you want to know why we always went for coffee, and then you'd be like, oh, you guys left me. We didn't leave you. We just didn't want to be in the room when you kicked in the door and was like, "Good morning."
I love Charles though. He brings happiness to the cast.
Oh yeah, totally.
But, Joe, did I meet you? Nova?
Yeah. We've met several times, but yeah, most recently B-Sides Nova.
Cool. Well, you know, the cast is normally on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. But
Yeah.
if you don't have the link to it ever, just quick DM me on Twitter or whatever, and I'll get
We'll do.
the link. Always welcome to join. We're a pretty open cast. Charles just happens to be on here every week. The most regulars on the cast are pretty much, well, Charles and Jack and Owie and Caprico's becoming pretty regular. Illustrious is pretty regular. Mary Margaret's pretty regular. But she usually ends up showing up a little late on the cast because I think she has other things to do in the day with class.
Yeah, no problem.
But if you want to be on, you have the cast going. It's every 7. But fuck it. If it comes after 7 p.m. EST, just message me. I'll send you the link. But yeah, I love Charles. I hope he can make it on right now. Just wait. Someone said it was date night. Who said it was? Wait, no. That was
Jack.
Me.
That was Jack. Come on, Jack.
Is it not date night?
Why didn't I participate?
Yeah, why are you on?
And date night.
Well, I didn't want. Oh shit! Damn! You gonna make me say this fucking live on air and shit?
Yes.
I have a stomach ache. Yeah, that's it. I have a stomach ache.
A headache.
Okay.
Quite frankly, if you chose to hang out with me versus any woman, you got problems.
Hey, man. I was gonna make a comment about this being a very open pod or being a very open cast. I'm like, yeah, you guys let me on this.
Well, anybody wants to join, man, I'm pretty open. People can disagree with me on some various things. So that said, I get a little bit of shit from all the people I block on Twitter, but generally I block you because I think you're annoying.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been on Twitter so much, but increasingly on Facebook, I've been deleting comments off of my feed when people are just being dicks. Like tonight, I posted, I'm eating boiled dinner, I'm drinking whiskey, I'm a pretty happy Celtic Irishman tonight. And this one guy's like, oh, well, St. Patrick's Day is a fake made-up American holiday. And I'm like, okay, so here's this link from Wikipedia, and also you're deleted, and fuck you.
Yeah.
That like, I don't understand the people who always have to rain on somebody else's day.
Right.
Because their lives are shitty.
Well, mine. Okay, I could say mine is shitty, but I personally think my life is awesome and getting more awesome. Like, yeah. I've already had a ton of shit happen to me. I'm on the way back up, motherfuckers.
Yeah, they are conveying their disapproval of shit that's going on in their life that they don't like by taking it out on other people to make other people feel like their lives are bad. I guess it's childish.
Well, and it's childish, and it's particularly counterproductive against anybody who's Irish or Irish American, because our history and culture has been, we've been shit on by everyone, and we keep persevering, and also kicking our enemies' asses eventually. So, get on the fucking list.
It's I don't know, people that have to go out of their way to prove that point, it is annoying. And yeah, I've actually been doing the same thing, like you said. Anytime things get too heated, I'll delete things, and then people go, oh, you're a pussy. Like, no, I'm done with this conversation now. It's gotten to the point that I'm just so frustrated. I'm slamming URLs and slamming keys, and it's not worth it. You're on the internet. If you want to have a true intellectual conversation, let's go grab a beer and talk this out.
Well, I mean, my thing is, it's not worth it for me to engage. Like, maybe the worst thing I could say about somebody is, you matter so little to me that I'm not even interested in your arguments anymore, because one, you're trying to take my day down, and two, it's not worth it for me to even engage in this conversation. So, deleted, as Strongbad used to say.
Yep.
There was there was this one time that I posted. I think it was a video from. It was an excerpt from the show called. Oh, it was some Showtime. I think it's called The Newsroom or something like that. And it had some pretty. It was just a very blunt argument that the show was making, and one of my supposed friends started to berate me for even posting it. And the funny thing was, I didn't have to engage. All of my friends just went total, just like it was so.
They just went ape shit. I love it. I love it. That's the best when that happens.
They just went ape shit on her, and just like out of nowhere, and like my dad even like went ape shit on her.
Oh, hi. I was going to. We got some else. I've been trying to get more new blood into the stream, and I'll send them an invite for the future streams on Wednesday. But how's it going, Israel?
Going good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay. We're just getting drunk on St. Patty's Day and talking about whatever shit. Well, we got through most of the shit in the show notes, but we're just shooting the shit right now. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm
having beer.
You have in your profile picture.
It's probably actually is actually.
Oh yeah, everybody loves my monkey.
Everyone loves my monkey too. I have a history about that with the monkey army. Would you like to join the monkey army? We just lost our general. It means that I'm in charge now.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Mary's had a few losses in her extended last week or so.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you jumping the other bed or?
No, I'm fine right here. Yeah, no, we had we lost.
We also have who joined us. Who all I see is his belly or her belly. I can't tell if it's male or female yet.
No, that's a dude. That beard is glorious.
Hey, I have not. I'm not going to assume their gender. I don't want to be uninclusive like that. But yes, it
Iron.
Good to have a beard.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Israel. You go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I'm having beer.
I'm just waiting to get the Wi-Fi password.
Oh yeah, we're just all hanging out here, and oh shit, man, we got a bunch of people joined up all of a sudden.
Yeah, man.
Oh, now I see who Fee is. I know Fee. How you doing? We're just hanging out and drinking, and I'm about to go get me a shot of Jameson, and then I'm gonna probably drink my mead out of my mead horn I got. That's a mead that was like, it was called Macho Mead, and it's like it's got some currant in it, and it's themed with Macho Man Randy Savage.
Glorious.
Oh god, yes.
Brother.
So I know we still have a while till DerbyCon, but I'm actually drinking the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale that they always have at the Hyatt. So when I come back to Virginia, I have to buy them in specialty and bring them back with me.
Yeah, we're at the Marriott this year because it gives us a little more space.
Yeah.
We still plan on keeping about the same tracks, but the Marriott. Oh, sorry. I'm confused. All right, the Marriott has apparently 2 ballrooms the same size as the Hyatt's one ballroom, so it allows us more space. We'll increase the capacity a little bit, but not a whole lot. And hell, when we did the ticket sales, Dave did a test of ticket sales via Eventbrite this year, and it sold out instantaneously. That the 100 he tested.
Yes, all.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I think Dave said too that across the street they just opened some new hotel that's supposed to be massive.
Yes, that will help. The Omni just recently opened across the street, so there will be hotel space, but still, there's only so much space in the hotel itself. The biggest DerbyCon we've had so far is DerbyCon 3, and I don't remember what the number was, but it was asshole to elbow. And after that, we started limiting ticket sales because it just became too big for people to be able to get in the rooms.
Yeah.
I remember Derby 3 being an awesome, awesome fucking time.
It was a good time, but it was fucking crowded as hell.
Yeah.
Was that? I'm trying to remember which year. It was the first year we drank the hotel dry, wasn't it?
I think we've drank them dry almost every year, but I figured
at some point they would figure it out. That like, holy fuck, fucking shit. These people are serious drinkers. We need all the whiskey and all the Kentucky bourbon barrel aged ale. Like, if we can source it from the entire state, we will sell it that weekend and we will make mad bank.
2013 to figure that shit out.
I would die, like, probably. Eventually, you know, the old staff Gene and everybody, they look at me like, hey, are you sure you can have more? I'm a big guy. I'm a little I think I'm a little wider than Adrian. And after like my 20th one or so, they're like,
fucking wide, man.
Do you need to? Are you good? They give me water, and then, you know, if we got all of it though, that would be tough.
Yeah, I'll see what hopefully my hotel room is as cool as it has been in the Hyatt. The Hyatt, after the first year, they started sourcing us various suites. So I got these big ass suites, and Mary stayed with me this last year. So that was a nice suite at the Hyatt.
Yeah, it was.
Hopefully, Marriott will do something.
I honestly don't think they have them. I mean,
Marriott.
I try to catch up with you guys. I feel like I'm a couple beers behind, but I'm trying to catch up.
I've only had one Bahama Mama. I'm so far behind. You have no idea.
Jack,
I recommend whiskey at this point.
You said there was no one down there.
No, there's no one for us to socialize with.
People speaking.
I understood that there's no one at the bar.
Jack. You're saying Marriott has a space like the Hyatt.
There's an actual bar right over there too.
Well, let's just say that I'm a little bit intoxicated that I couldn't figure out how to use my.
Oh man, so's your phone.
Anyway, I hope I get as nice at the Marriott as I did at the Hyatt.
I went over to the Marriott for the happy hour they had there with whoever had the happy hour there. The bar is a lot smaller, and I'm not sure.
Well, I thought they were going to improve that.
I hope so, because they will not be ready for what we're bringing, man. It's
right. The lobby was kind of small on the smaller side.
Yeah, and if they open up so I went to the Starbucks. The Starbucks is under an escalator off to the left. If they opened up a bar, like a long bar back there, they might have us fine. But if they leave the bar in the tiny right front corner of the lobby, we might throw them for a loop, and it might be tough.
They were campaigning hard for Derby Condo like 2 years ago. I went to go for a visit, and they were really wanting us to have there.
You need to have a very, very some chat with about just the sheer quantity of alcohol that will be sold and consumed across the bar at DerbyCon.
The staff from Hyatt actually told me that they had planned a meeting several weeks before we were actually supposed to show up there in October this year. But they were going to go over there and tell them that they needed to double that order for that specific week. No. That's what the manager over there. I forgot the manager's name. Gene's boss. That's what she was saying. Is she's like, I've got a meeting to go over there and tell them that you guys are one of our biggest, most drinking people, and so she set up an actual meeting. And at first they didn't believe her. So I was wondering, in order to take the statistics from us just being there in September, walk over there right after we leave and go, this is what we just happened.
Yeah. I know, that's why I love the Hyatt. That's why they are so freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. I miss them so much already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think the Marriott's ready.
No,
the Baron is not ready. I really wish we could have stayed at the Hyatt. But understand? Oh, that's what
we on.
Well, that's
it does 8. We're at 8 now.
But
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. The Hyatt knows that they're connected via Sky Walkway between the hotels, and they know that we're just going to go there anyway.
That's what I was going to say. So what we should do is if they run out of
booze towards the alcohol.
If they run out of booze, what we do is we just say Legacy Con and go back to the old place.
Because it's right there.
So
we'll drink the Marriott Dry and then go drink the Marriott Dry.
I think I was at DerbyCon 2 last time, or 3. Can't remember.
They're all great.
It's filled because I always have Dave Blower staying with me, and my own roommate from my my actual roommate here in New Albany, he comes and passes out, and then Mary Margaret Conley, she passes out. And I freeze.
Mary.
I did, but it wasn't. I can handle my own though. Yeah. He passed out like right next to me. I built a cocoon. I literally had like I had a little couch fort.
My little Italian buddy Brandon, he stays.
Yeah.
And at that point, my room was about full of people.
Mary, woo!
We're such a bunch of nerds though, because like nothing has like we talked some shit, we drank a lot, and then everyone just passed out.
Well, that's what hardcore people do.
Nothing. It was awesome.
But
I do not want to make Internet Explorer my default browser.
The drinking is making me gain weight, and I'm losing my enthusiasm for InfoSec, and I need to.
Yeah, you should probably cut back.
One of my bosses, and they're like, I used to write tutorials of my own and all this other stuff. I was like, even the recording stuff, I've lost passion for. Truthfully, the recording stuff, I still have some passion for. Now that I think about it, but I need to get my passion back for InfoSec that I did not have. I've lost over time.
Well, how do you want to do it?
I need a good woman to smack me into
like long term, or can it just be a one night?
Adrian, do you have like a Verizon like MiFi or something? Because I get really good 4G signal. You mostly work remote. You can just come stay at my house, and I'll have you work with me in the morning.
I will put you there. Yeah, you definitely lose a lot of weight like that.
Yeah, I could mention the women I'm thinking of, but I might upset them, so I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, continue. I've become a fat ass in my old age. I'm fucking pathetic.
Well, that can change pretty easily.
Young, I'm more pathetic.
Yeah, but you're young. You have.
I just want a walking buddy, and no one loves me.
Takes me back to your area. I'll drag you to the gym every day, okay?
I'm gonna say some stuff in the chat. Don't repeat this shit in the actual verbal side. Don't verbalize it. But I'll say some shit in the chat.
What?
You're gonna make me have to log in now.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
No, not that browser. The other one.
The other one. Why do you have more than one browser?
I may be cute trolling my friends on Twitch with an actual cock.
Oh, jeez.
She has a beautiful cock. I've seen Mary's.
No, it's Carl. Carl has his own account.
Mary's cock is both very beautiful.
It's
large.
It's St. Patrick's Day, so I got him like $1 worth of bits, and he's been like sprinkling like 5 and 10 bits to like everyone all day long.
All right. Intelligent perspective. Come to the UK, Irongeek. I'm sure you will pull some women with your accent. I've been told that by a lot of people, and those people who think my accent is UK. There's people who think it's New Zealand. I think it's Australian. I think it's all sorts of shit. I don't know if it's gonna work out, man. But
I thought it sounded like Southern Indiana and Kentucky.
That's basically what it is, because that's where I'm from. Basically, my brother had a speech impediment as a kid. I picked up the same speech impediment, and this is what I sound like.
You know what you should do? Just start quoting Johnny Bravo when you go to pick up women. Hey there, pretty lady.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't want Johnny.
No.
Yeah, I kind of always did wonder where your accent came from, because I'm from Martinsville, Indiana. So.
Hi, I'm from Delaware.
Yeah, my accent, Israel, is basically because as a kid I had a speech impediment at this middle of age.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Israel, did I meet you at B-Sides Columbus this last weekend?
No, Derby Con, and I think maybe last year at ISSA Summit in Columbus.
Oh yeah, I tried. Oh, last year I don't think I made it, but previous. That's a
Or
total.
2 years. I've been there forever.
Yeah,
at
the
the
Louisville
Columbus
stuff
one.
I'm most associated with is Derby and also the ISSA Louisville. I'm sad I don't make the ISSA meetings every week. I'm sorry, guys, but I have so much work to do anymore. But I always try to make the ISSA conference and still record this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is the ISSA conference they have in Columbus, Ohio. I live in Ohio now, so the other Columbus.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been back. I haven't been back to that local ISSA conference because the last time I went, there was a bunch of it just seemed like it's no longer not my crowd anymore.
Paper chasers. Say it, paper chasers. That's what they are.
I'm really fucking buzzed.
What?
When I drink like goon, I feel like I'm really buzzed right now.
No, that was. Yeah, whatever.
That was the phone. Buzz.
Okay, time for Matt to join too.
No, Matt won't join in because he's watching TV. I actually have my earbuds on.
Yeah, Mary, I'm actually met Matt first, but Mary's the one who's the regular on the cast. If anybody wants to be on the cast regularly, I always send the invite out to whoever was on the cast last. But if ever the cast you see it's going on 7 p.m. EST time on Wednesdays, message me and I'll PM you the link. But yeah, I just happen to be in the cast right now because I was thinking like I was gonna get drunk on St. Patty's Day, and I wanted to hang out with.
There you go.
All right. Actually, I need to get. I'm gonna jump into Hare's stream and cute troll her with my rooster.
Rooster?
So I see.
You're not gonna send us pictures of your massive cock?
Well, I know. I would love if you guys would join me on my stream once in a while, but I'm out of town.
I
Usually
do join you on your stream, but
no, you do. You're awesome. But
I've seen a few of your streams, but it's like I'm usually streaming at the same time, or I'm like drunk and passed out.
or I'm in the middle
Or
of something
stop
and I don't want to,
or stop drinking, and then you could toy with my stream more.
Well,
Carl's getting his own stream.
There's a few pictures of your massive cock.
Carl's getting his own stream.
I
I gave him. Carl, the actual cock, has gotten his own Twitch account, and he's taking over all my farm stuff. So I gave him a job. So that's.
Is this the same persona that he has on Twitter where he calls you mistress?
Yes. Yes, it is. He's very sweet. He's very polite.
Talk. I've watched Carl sit on his shoulder and like eat food from her hand and basically act like a pet parrot.
He kind of does. I have video of that too. I played the.
Boom.
Someone's having a good time.
Hey Mary, have you ever considered making a 12-month cock calendar?
I've thought, actually, I have more. I have like I have thousands of pictures of Carl.
Should say a 12-inch, 12-month cock calendar?
I have thousands and thousands of pictures of my cock.
See?
Did I tell you what I did? Did I tell you what I did to the son of a bitch that tried to scam me, saying he had Charlie?
No.
Okay, so I set up he was texting me via my Google Voice account, so I kind of sort of may have possibly set up a small bash script that just literally sent him the contents of a 1,000+ picture cock folder. And so I literally just sent him. I just sent him chickens. I just kept sending him chickens and sending him chickens because I knew it was bullshit, and I was really pissed off that he was trying to play me that way for money. I have your dog send me $500 something in iTunes gift cards, so like fuck you. Here, have pictures, have cock pictures, have many cock pictures.
Tell me about your doggy.
Sometimes you got to send double cocks too if you haven't done that.
I did. I had to send him all kinds of cock pictures. It was very important. But no, yeah, I did that. What?
Speaking of that, Mary, did you ever find Charlie?
No, Charlie's still missing. It's been over almost a year.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mary. I'm personally, I don't understand the whole pet thing because I don't have.
I have something on my mind.
I don't know pets anymore. I understand dogs like family, and I'm.
Don't lie, Adrian. We know you got that gerbil.
Why would he have a gerbil?
Really?
No, I'm
Really?
I'm trolling, but I want to hear somebody else say it.
Because I'm not gonna because it's his happy little pet that they're cute. They run into holes and stuff.
You know that for me that'd be a hedgehog, right? Oh, actually,
I don't think you'd want a hedgehog.
no,
Not for that. Not for that purpose.
Does that?
Evening does.
Stacy's the only hedgehog I want in my life.
Aww.
Stacy.
Thanks.
But she has her own thing going on. Pets wise, I'd like to have a pet hedgehog, like an actual real hedgehog. But the things die after 6 years, and I know I'd be heartbroken after the thing fucking passed away.
That's longer than a marriage, though.
Oh. Speaking of stuff, did you guys ever get a chance to look over that troll info that I got? Anybody?
Yeah, but I don't want to say anything publicly.
Okay, well, I don't want you to say anything publicly either, but I might get an update.
Wait. You were handing out information? I didn't get any of that.
No, not publicly. I'm just looking for it in the Discord because I didn't know if anyone actually did anything.
Caprico, there's also we have a different anti-SGW shit that some of us belong to, and they posting shit of someone who was fucking with her, and she was wanting the people to help fuck back, and some of the
There's
people,
lots of fun people to be had.
Chat group or some of the. Let's put it this way. Will scares the shit out of me. I don't want to talk Will as far as doxing. Will is
no
fucker. So Mary asked for some help, and we'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
Well, I just didn't know if anyone was doing whatever or not because I just because because the thing is majority of that group is just the same as me. It's because the problem was, like I said last night, my daughter was in one of those streams that he came into.
Oh,
and she was in a very G-rated stream, and then all of a sudden he jumped in there and pulled some shit, and I'm like, dude, no.
What did he pull?
It's all explained in the Discord. So I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, but we're not in Discord at the moment.
I know that. I'm not going to talk about it anymore here. I just want to know a yes, no.
You brought it up.
This would be an incredibly uncomfortable situation.
Yeah,
Was there nudity?
Another
Did he expose himself?
No, it's the names. It's the really, really nasty. But it's okay. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. You can hop in the Discord. You can read what's going on.
I have one reply for that. In a props, dog. In a props.
Yeah.
It's not cool. I can't believe people would do that. I get trolling, but when you start to take it from, like you said,
this has gone from a level of, it's not, I don't consider it trolling. I think it's going to a level of actual harassment because it's ever been since the Twitch TOS changed. And so now the streamer is responsible for all content. So if someone comes in to someone's stream, because you know how they have the Streamlabs set up where it'll ping the person's username up on the screen when they donate or something. And so if they come into their channel and whatever they have their usernames are beyond, they're either extremely racist. Yeah. And because they know that they'll do that, but then they can actually, the way that the new TOS is the streamer is the one that gets in trouble, so they can get kicked off of Twitch.
Yep.
And so what they were asking was, for, look, Twitch, can you work some sort of global mod that you can list, because the problem is once someone, you can individually ban from each channel.
Yeah.
But there's no global, so as soon as you ban him from one channel, he just hops into someone else's, and he was particularly picking on the women. Well, and then the other problem that they were having was, and then they've actually asked, and Stream Elements and Twitch are both working on this. We're like, if we can't say this or do this on our streams, can you do some kind of filtering for the username so he can't even create them in the first place? Which I think is fair, So, but yeah, that was the gist of what they were looking to do was create some sort of filter. I mean, it's like, look, if someone wants to have that in their stream, fine, opt out of the filter, but at least give us something, to not have to deal with that, trying to keep a PG channel.
Especially since there's a group of people doing it together, and so like you said, if somebody's jumping from channel to channel, That's not fair. I mean, I used to troll a little bit, and when I would play games with people, and if I was stream sniping, right, that's
and you
different.
kind of you understand, and that's the thing. I don't have really a problem with that. Sometimes people, and like even the Carl account, it's more silly than anything. But it's not like, this guy's gone beyond it, and he's actually been like whispering people directly and been like, I know where you live, and I'm gonna, and so it's gotten to that next level.
Yeah.
And so that's so they've had to get the actual.
If it sounds like, because sounds like it's been going on more than one night or something, right?
No, this is going on for months now. This is like the third month.
That's harassing me. Like I'll
yeah.
troll streamers for 1 night or 2 nights or something like that when I'm playing like Rust, Daisy, things like that. But
and it's particularly creative.
Too far.
Yeah, and it's particularly in the creative, so that he's been singling out the women in the creative community. So if it's like someone who's crocheting or knitting, or or last night it was in One Up's channel, and she does perlers, and everyone's been really good about not drawing attention to it. I was actually really proud of everyone last night because no one said anything. They just insta banned and pretended it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so they've all gotten really good dealing with it. But some people handle it better than others. Like he had poor Anna. They do have one of those. They have a petition up, and the video they posted to try to make people understand this was poor Anna, who's like everyone's mom, and he had her in tears. She was just beside herself, crying because she doesn't handle that. She doesn't handle. A lot of the creatives are on there because that's kind of your escape where you get to talk to your friends, and they're more low key streams. And so that's like that. You don't do that to people with high anxiety. So like I said, some people handle it. Like with me, I don't care. Come at me, because the first thing that's going to happen is I'm switching my channel to 18 plus, and I'm going to lay into you. But a lot of the other people, they're not going to do that.
Right.
So
well, I do have a question. So I'm in a couple Discords, but never administrated it or worked on the backside of it. Is there just regular basic IP logging on the back end? Where they just block. I'm sure he's not proxying.
No.
He's not doing anything. He usually what's been going on is it's been coming in. There's usually a decoy, and the decoy will come in and be like, "Say, have you guys heard of this troll that's going around? Doing these lewd things?" And then like 2 seconds later, so he has a scout going out apparently, and the scout will start a conversation and play the victim, and then the other one will come and follow him in, and they'll host the channel, or they'll do something where they'll try to trigger the names that pop up. So a lot of the channels have already turned off their stream elements because it's like but it'll still pop up in like the chat, and so but it's like it's not really fair because it takes a layer out of what used to be a fun thing.
So if I can ask, like, what would your best case scenario protocol be for that? I mean, that's not just like random trolling, right? That's
no, he's pinpointing. Yeah, he's pinpointing creatives, and now, like I say, it's beyond trolling now. Now it's harassment.
So, like in a perfect world, what would you want?
We need to figure out who it is or who they are, and the authorities are already contacted, but they needed to knock down who it is to go after to stop it. Now, I kind of have a feeling this might be like a high schooler or some shit that has no supervision.
I thought Twitch did have an IP ban, because I thought I've been banned from streams before via
Given
my
everything you said, it's pretty clearly a little kid.
Individual stream, and I think it is, but we also kind of wonder. We also wonder if he's not. We also wonder if this isn't someone who's being sexually assaulted at home. So even if it's either way, any way you look at it,
one of the things you can do to narrow down like what area a kid lives in. What time is he not on? Think about what times he's sleeping.
Well, they've well, the thing is, I went and cross-referenced a shit ton of the original usernames, and one of them came up cross-referenced to Chicago. In fact, I originally had a group of 6 that were following each other, and I made a note of those, and I'm like, it's possible that this is either Jersey or Chicago, or has ties to those, because that's where their usernames from. Okay, you're talking about a guy that it's very the typical variations are porch monkey, watermelon eater.
That's
it's
a
now
tryhard.
Dog comes in your butthole has been the one. I think that was last night. Yeah, no, they're horrible.
Wow.
They're not really funny because you got to remember that he's targeting the PG streams that there's kids in. So
to be fair, he's also most likely a kid.
Yeah, probably.
What I can tell you from my experience, that people that'll do that, they're trying to be super edgy.
Yeah.
It's because it's the opposite of what they
Of
are.
what they are. Yeah, it's opposite of what they are, and or he's being beat at home, and that's kind of what I felt.
Kid, you pretend to be like an old black dude.
Which is what a lot of the usernames seem to tie to, is that he's like, and I had 2 usernames tie into Steam accounts. So I actually managed to cross-reference on Steam. He's actually been kicked. He does a lot of Overwatch if it's the same person, and he's gotten kicked out of his first username on Steam and had to create a second one. But then I dead-ended, so I couldn't get any further than that. But I collected that information and cross-referenced it. But then since then, because it's grown, so I don't know how many other people. We also discussed it. It's probably from someone else's Discord channel, from like whatever their guild is, because now it's gone from like one little asshole to like a lot. So we think they're gaining steam because they haven't been stopped yet, and so now it's just snowballing, and that's been a problem.
So like the worst example I ever had, I was on this hangout with this dude. There's a bunch of us, and he just kind of kept stringing me along, asking me questions. Like 2 hours later, he tells me he was hired to dox me by this elite corporate Russian team.
Yeah,
I thought that was awesome. I was like, man. I need to get.
I thought I'm privileged.
Yeah. So
if he's gonna say that, it sounds like he's a kid who wants to sound tough, but someone's gonna dox you isn't gonna say, "Yeah, the Russians hired me to dox you. I'm a pretty big deal." No, that's not what happened.
No, because yeah, they're just gonna do it. They're not gonna tell you they're gonna do it.
Yeah. So within an hour, I had photos of his post-op surgery for appendectomy.
Oh,
I had
beautiful.
license plates, his mortgage details. I had everything for him, and he thought that I worked for Google. So I said, "Fuck it, yeah, of course I do, and we're on to you." And he got scared. But every time I join a Google Hangout, he has this site where he's able to, I don't know what it is, web scraping or something, but he always knows when I join a Google Hangout, and he'll jump on with an alt account.
Well, this kid has already been bragging about, well, I'm using VPNs, so they can't catch me. Well, that's the other reason that I put the alt accounts on, is I'm testing to see how Twitch manages multiple accounts. They kind of don't. Is the other problem.
He's always got a new one, but I can always tell by his patterns that it's him. But somehow, every time I jump on a Hangout, he's always right there. And it's like, man,
he's following
I know
you.
everything about you. Like, I've downloaded your Twitter feed for the last 3 years. I know your drinking patterns. Like, you're not good at this, but he's persistent. So I admire that.
Yeah. And that's my thing too. It's like, and that's the other thing. Even Fairy Wings, who she's probably more social justice than anyone else that's on this, but she's persistent. I do agree with her at this point. Is the shit's going too far, it needs to stop. And I'm like, I can totally respect you for that. But at the same time, it's like she says, look, if you would come here and you want to craft or do something, she does chainmail. She does really cool chainmail. It's like, if you came in here and had a regular username and just be like, I'd like to join and the community, pretty much everyone here would be more than happy to welcome you with open arms, because we feel that, there's got to be something lacking that you're going to go through all this trouble to be a pain in the ass. Just stop. So
pretty much, yeah.
That's, yeah.
Well,
Twitch doesn't offer anything to host your own Twitch server, right?
Well, that was the only other thing. No, that was the only other thing I'd have to do is just tell them, look, go, because what he was doing is anytime someone raided or hosted someone, he'd follow to the next channel. So it's not like it's just random. It's targeted, and that's where it bothers me. Is it's been mostly in like the Naughty by Nature team has been being hit really hard, and what is it? It's the girl streamers team has been hit hard, which is the one that Kittens and Nagi are in. And so, but it's been like 2 or 3 of the stream teams that have been particularly targeted. It seems like that we all kind of run with each other because we co-raid. So it's like, this is just stupid.
Well, and then the thing is that finding global mods on Twitch is hard because they like to hide and not go places.
Yep.
Because I mean, I know 1 or 2, but
oh yeah,
but they're just like me, and they stay invisible.
I mean, the one that I respect probably the most is Fierce Kittens as a programmer, and I love her. Like she programmed GiftBot. She built She built a bot in like 3 days that I don't know exactly how she is. I think it's running off the CSV file, but she had it, and we were laughing because he would come in the stream and she could see it on her end, but she had him banned before he even posted. And she goes, she was watching him on the bot that she did, because she'd given out to the people that were getting hit the worst, but it's still not like done just for like distribution. But she was watching, just laughing, because she's like, okay, because he keeps coming in, and the mods were talking. He's like,
if
no,
he's really
coming
just
in and
being a
getting banned
tryhard,
immediately.
then just auto ban usernames that contain keywords.
Well, that's what she's been doing. But then other people get kind of, with the thing is, you don't always necessarily know, because depending on, you know how that works.
There's going to be collateral damage.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe there's going to be someone with the word monkey in their name, but it's not preceded by the word porch. I don't know. It's possible. But,
it is.
You know, it's
but that's what
probably
she
going to
wrote.
hurt.
Yeah,
it's probably going to hurt him more than others.
Yeah, but that's the bot that she wrote, and the bot is work pretty good. She's out for surgery this weekend, so hopefully she'll be back on Monday. But then the other thing they're trying to do is just work directly with Twitch and Streamlabs, and they've been trying really hard. But I don't understand why we're having what he's doing on his end that's making it this difficult. But then again, Twitch has been buggy for shit to begin with, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have networking issues in a couple of the data centers. So I don't know.
Well, hopefully it gets fixed soon. It's only a matter of time, either before he starts running out of email addresses. But I think you're right. Your best method to combat it is a bot that specifically will block potential racist names and go from there. And I mean, if that becomes more of a nuisance to that person, it's kind of interesting, because I know with Discord, they have protections in place that say, oh, you can only join my Discord if you've actually registered a mobile number. And things like that, so it's not just like a free email.
That's what I'm kind of wondering. Is I know there's ways to change it so that you have to have an email, which is one of the things I was wondering too. Is you can change your chats so that you cannot chat unless you submit an email address that's been verified.
Yeah.
So
there's plenty of disposable emails out there. You probably know the 10-minute rules.
But you think eventually you'd be able to tie that back to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure back in the day I had about 150,000 Hotmail addresses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go hang out in a couple of hours.
Given what you've been saying, he doesn't seem creative at all. So he just seems to be trying to go for the maximum outrage by saying every single nasty word he can think of.
Well, I would have figured he'd be bored by now because no one's engaging. But he did. He was so happy he made Anna cry. But apparently, no, he's still got. I was like, why are you still pushing this shit? It's like an
I would just honeypot him, lead him into something.
I want to so bad, but they would have. The thing is, they would have to come. He'd have to come into my channel because I would totally hit him with shit. But they don't want to engage. I want to.
Post results.
I don't. Let's see what happens. But he hasn't hit me yet. I'm not a big enough streamer. I'm lucky if I get 3 people.
Yeah, I was actually going to try to get on your this week and got caught up with the wife and kids, so didn't make it. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. A guy that goes after women and children already sounds like a pretty upstanding soldier. So I'd say it's pretty fair game, right?
That's kind of where I'm at. When you're specifically targeting the women.
It's because people like him. It's because of the moral panic. It's because people keep saying, "Oh, the women and children are being targeted," and someone thinking, "I want to be the person who targets them."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you win the prize, right?
You win the prize for absolutely having no nuts.
And he's no creativity. People like that, like you ban all the naughty words, they're not going to find the more subtle ways to provoke reactions out of people. They're just going to beat their head against a wall until eventually they give up.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as I know, like I've worked with a ton of different kinds of people. Generally, I kind of really respect women. Just because this is security chat, right? There's not a lot in that industry, and they tend to really go overboard. and I respect that completely. So just to see somebody that specifically targets them, it's like, you don't understand who you're really going after, right? Good for you.
I have mixed feelings about that. The minority I feel the most sympathy for is the underrepresented Adrians. Only talking about for a sec. But those women who I have a lot of respect for, but they well, how they never play victim. They write their books, they do their presentations, and they never do anything else. And then there's a small collection of cluster B personality disorders who aren't really the problem because there's very fucking few of them. But there's a whole lot of men who are white knight for them, because when I see people like Eve Adams, oh shit, like I love the Scum Manifesto.
Oh, actually, hair. Actually, if you want to hop over to hair right now, apparently hair is getting a little taunty with him.
No, and you're right too. There is that niche market too.
I see like 12 men like and retweet that shit about her loving the Scum Manifesto. Oh, you don't know what the Scum Manifesto stands for, right?
Oh, wait, he just hit Hair's channel? Yeah, he just hit Hair's channel. God damn it.
Society for cutting up men. I'm like, those a lot.
Yeah, no, he just hit Hair's channel like 2 seconds ago.
Okay, I think we're crossing channels here, but I'll let y'all continue.
Don't ban Carl. Leave Carl alone. Carl's be helpful.
Wait, who's banned Carl? Carl's adorable.
Well, it's because it's Carl the actual cock, and then some of them are like, just call me Carl.
Carl's adorable. Have y'all seen Mary's massive cock, Carl?
Well, no.
They laugh because
all right. Link it in the chat. Link your massive
I'm going
cock
to.
in the chat, please, Mary.
Sure.
Beautiful cock.
So this would be a solicited
Adding
cock
this
pic.
to the show notes.
Yeah, you are right. This is a solicited cock picture. We have asked Mary to see a picture of
Yes,
her.
I have explicitly asked Mary to send me a cock pic.
You have
I will
my
send you a
permission
cock
to
pic.
cock
Give me a moment. Let me finish playing it with Hair real quick, because she just got hit. I just
She's
gave
going
her a
to be
bunch of
linking
bits.
her feminine cock.
Give me a second. I
Now,
just gave her
Mary, if I
some bits
post
to
this-
try to cheer her up.
Well, the
Now,
cock.
Mary, if I post this picture anywhere, will I get in trouble for it?
I'm sub. Carl is sub to her husband because he has a chicken emote. Oh. You're still waiting.
Out of curiosity, this person who keeps like targeting people on Twitch, is he saying any internet memes that you're aware of?
No, it's not. From what it is, it's just the. No, I haven't seen anything like that either.
Huh. So just profanity then.
No.
Well, that is a little unusual.
Yeah, well, I thought that too. It's like, which makes you almost wonder if it's just someone wrote a bot.
Yeah.
It might just be something.
I was
some
wondering
shit
that
that's
as
running.
well, because the way that, I mean, if it's reactionary most of the time, bots can go out and quickly get a new email, blah 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 blah.
Here, I'm gonna find out from Hair.
Furthermore, when you're going with bots and shit, if they start going based on machine learning and NLP, but frankly, this is far-fetched.
Recently,
Yeah.
with an American flag emblem as basically the avatar, he automatically assumes the Russian bot. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
What?
Carl.
Hey, Mary, did most of the posts happen like in a normal 16-hour period?
Yeah, they do. They'll start
which
in.
means it's most likely not a bot, but
There is. I think there's that spreadsheet, and they were doing times now, so I'd have to actually go look at the. I'm trying to see if I can see it in here. If they probably already deleted, but the name should still be there. I don't think it deletes.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder how long
we got one dislike on this fucking stream. Well, fuck you, bitch. You got 2 up likes.
Oh, are we on YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
I have your.
Wait, who disliked it?
Someone who doesn't like the cock.
No one loves my cock. You can't not love my cock.
I personally love your cock. I think your cock is adorable.
Here, if you guys want to watch hair, in case they probably won't come back again.
2 dislikes now. 2 dislikes now.
Yeah, put 2 dislikes. What?
Here.
4 upvotes.
What? Fine. My cock is coming. Hold on a second. I have to do it from the phone.
Once Mary gets her cock up,
Yes.
you're all gonna like
That's
it.
getting. That's getting clipped.
God damn it. Oh, did I just lose you? Oh, my phone's doing that stupid shit again where I like it like does that thing where I hate.
Yeah.
Fucking
everyone that's in chat right now watching on YouTube.
Social.
Thanks for the votes, man.
Now it's down 1, up 7 now, all of a sudden.
Come on.
Yeah, man, Carl the cock. He's also, you gotta remember, he's the derby cock on Twitter.
People love Mary's cock. Everybody.
You gotta love my cock. I have here. Check out my fucking. He was a blue fucking ribbon winning cock at the fair last year, man. My cock won a blue fucking ribbon. Here's my cock on top of an Easter bunny. Okay, here, wait. This is how Easter eggs are made. I want you to understand. This is what happens. You bunny. This is where you get Easter eggs. You gotta love the
YouTube chat,
cock.
we're working on it. Once we post it in our chat, we'll put it into the YouTube chat.
Cock, Mary.
Here he is with all of his harem.
I gotta say that it's a beautiful cock.
Where are you linking it?
He is a. I have. It's in the chat. So Adrian can pull it up and show it if you want, or anyone can pull it up and show.
Adam Pez is asking for it in the main chat, so I gotta look for it.
Well, you have to give me a link to the main chat then, where you.
Well, what chat are you on? You're in the Hangouts.
I'm in the Hangouts. Yeah. I'm on my phone, so you're gonna have to link me to something else.
Yeah.
Or they could just go to Twitter and just look up his account. He's the Derby Cock on Twitter. It's COC, not COCK. It's just the Derby COC.
Because Carl is the Derby Con code of conduct.
Basically.
Code of conduct.
Get it.
He's a code of conduct, so it's the Derby conduct. He's very polite. He really is. He's a sweet chicken.
I would do this normally just without permission, but because we're friends and you're cool and all like that, I want to ask, do you mind if we start making a Carl meme?
I would love there to be a Carl meme. In fact, I told you I want to build myself a little outfit for next DerbyCon, and I'd want to get a perch for him so he can come and like sit on my shoulder.
Yeah, because you're doing video.
And I'm seriously thinking about asking Fairy Wings to like make me like a chainmail chain, so I could put it around his leg like a leash and just like chainmail shit. And he's sitting there.
Yeah,
so he wants to hop down.
Video next to DerbyCon because some people flaked on me in 2017. So
No, I'll come.
You were there.
Come. Don't you dare clip that.
Hey, we already got the best clip.
A picture of Carl looking face on with his beak a little bit at a down angle there.
Yeah, isn't he
That's
handsome?
meme worthy.
Oh my
God.
God. Isn't he the
He
handsiest?
also looks like he's ready to drop some knowledge on some stupid motherfucker.
Oh, I know. It's what I told you. Yeah, come on at me. Because I modded him. He's my mod on my regular Twitch channel. I modded Carl. Carl.
Yeah, I welcome Carl at the future cons, and you're set to do video, and Charles is set to do video, and
Here, I'm gonna send you guys his Twitch channel too, just because it's funnier and shit. Oh, where are you guys? You guys are here. Okay.
Alright, I'll stop screen sharing.
Are you guys? I can't see what you guys are doing, so hold on. I need to.
I screen shared all the.
Did you show everyone?
Carl's.
Yeah, to show everyone.
Yep.
He's unhandsome.
wait. I just clicked the Carl the Derby Cock, and it says page does not exist. What the fuck?
Hold on. I mean, you might not hear. That's not on Twitch. He's Carl the actual cock.
Carl the actual.
On Twitter, it fucked up. Oh shit.
Well, Twitter's stupid sometimes.
On the actual YouTube channel, that would help. But
hold on. Hold on. Let me just link me to your. Well, it's just Adrian, right?
This is the YouTube channel. I'm posting it inside of the Hangout chat. And on there, you can get now. I'm gonna go grab me some more whiskey.
Coral.
I haven't even broke into the mead yet, but after the mead, I'm gonna pass out. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's fine. You can pass out.
Hey, Mary, so if Carl has boys, you need to name them Carl Jr.
I have a Carl Jr. I know I do. I have a Carl's Jr. and we call him Hardee's. He has a boy.
Nice.
Yeah, we already did that. So I'm in the wrong. Am I in the wrong chat window? Wait a minute. What did I click on? I fucked up.
How did he get that cool checkered pattern? Is that just like a family thing? Like
No, he's a
from
he's a bard.
Yeah,
He's a barred rock. They're supposed to look like that.
Ah.
Uh-oh. We good?
We can hear you.
No, no, hair. I'm trying to keep an eye on her channel right now because she's already gotten hit once tonight.
What? I just dropped a quick cash bomb. That's all.
What? Did you send her money?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
If I knew how to use Twitch, I would totally do stuff like that.
You hit like get bits and then you can buy bits and I think it takes 60 days.
I drop cash. I don't. Bits are a scam, actually.
Yeah, but bits it's like 40% goes to Twitch and whatever the
Fuck Twitch. They're owned by Amazon now. They got enough money.
Wait, it looks fine.
Really?
When I go to it from the Debbie Cock website, but then I go to it and I link
Just use all of your credit cards and hit OK.
I was trolling earlier. I was like Carl because I was chasing him around, going, "Give me back my credit card." And he's like, "Fuck, I gotta go." And next channel. So I was as if it's St. Patrick's Day. So what he was doing, he was literally like 5 or 10 or 25 bits to people, and he was just like cock-a-doodle-doo, top of the morning to you. Drop bits because they have shamrocks today, and then run. Like, everyone that was on creative this morning got 5 or 10 and just from the rooster, and it was I know pretty much all of them are like, what I don't understand what's happening. Sorry, love you, I'm a real chicken. And then he has a chicken emote and an egg emote, and so then the next thing he'd say is like, yay, I think I love what you're doing, and he would drop check it out, chicken egg, and then just
YouTube is like siphoning your cock, Mary, because a direct link doesn't work, but if you search for Call the Cock, it instantly works. I don't know what the fuck up between YouTube, Twitter, and whatever.
I'm on the YouTube thing. Why is wait, man, do I have to log in as me? No.
So I don't use Twitter often, but my new Twitter, my troll Twitter is Sir Fucking Prize. SIRFUCKING
Oh, there it is.
And I Twitter actually let that go through for the record.
Nice.
Hold on, I have too many accounts. I'm for some reason I'm in my school one.
My background is a cod piece.
That's just horrible. The thing is, I'm doing all this in honor of Nick because this is the kind of trolling that Nick would have done. It would have just been like people. It makes people happy. It's the nice kind of trolling. Oh, poor Nick.
Well, I was seeing a cute picture of Jillian and Adriana.
I don't know if let's see what I have on the laptop because is that my password? Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
it's my password.
I looked at my friends.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you'd know. It's like, oh, you know. What? Okay, whatever. So yeah, everyone go send random people. Listen.
I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison.
Damn.
And I went to pick her up. What was that? No?
I got the soda for you.
Okay.
Can you post pictures? I just had the link to it. Hey. Yeah,
you can just post directly, copy paste into the chat.
Really? When did they do that?
That's been a while. That's how I've posted all those other pictures. You can do that in Discord now and Google Hangouts.
So you can just drag. I don't usually fuck around over here because I'm
Yeah. Copy paste.
I knew Discord did. I knew Discord did. No, okay, so I need to go to my new folder thingy. Oh, good. It's there. There you go. Oh, poultry album. There's my sexy Carl. Check out my blue ribbon cock. It's gonna let me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Get in there. No, it didn't let me do it because it sucks. Fuck you.
Mary's seeing pictures of a massive cock.
He doesn't love me.
Can't be that big. He's got to be what, 10 pounds max?
I'm gonna see her talk when we go to the
Maybe.
Oh yeah, my buddy plans on coming to hack us on the farm. I don't know. Is there a half price ticket if you're only going to be there a couple days? I don't know if my buddy Corey's going to be all the days, but
Well, it's based on how much food costs. So I guess divide it by however many days that he's coming, and I'll try to work something out on. But don't go through there. Just come directly through me.
But we're cooking up some shit, and I'm not sure she's cooking up this year, but previous years it's been like pig and duck and chicken and whatever.
Nightshade, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What were we decide on? We decided we're definitely doing, because you wanted ducks. So I bought 5 ducks and I'm raising them.
I think we're doing pigeon, and you wanted to do a goat roast, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I want to try to do a goat roast.
Is hell, but Mary cooks it right.
Whoa, wait.
I want to do spit roasted goat.
Nice.
And I'm sourcing chickens from a friend of mine. And I already have rabbits in the fridge, so we already definitely have rabbit. I want to do a goat. I'm not doing pig again this year, you guys. I did chase that fucker around a cow field.
What about an alligator?
It wasn't all terrible.
If you bring me an alligator, we can do an alligator, but make sure that I can legally kill it in Indiana. So I don't know.
Oh,
you just shoot the pig while it's running.
That's right.
Oh, we shot the pig. Actually, Mary shot the pig.
Yeah, I shot the damn pig in the head, and then I told you all I had to catch it because it wasn't ready to kill it yet, and you have to. There's a timing thing with meat. Are you guys laughing?
I recall Adrian and I holding the thing down while it kicked us.
Yes, because he wasn't anticipating. Because I was trying to warn him. I'm like, okay, this shit is going to kick the crap out of you. So this is not like a dead weight. This is like it's going to start just randomly kicking.
I know about death throws and stuff. I wasn't complaining. I just,
No, I needed. Well, eventually I just gave up and I went and grabbed it myself, picked it up, and dragged it over to the thing. It's not his fault. He's never done it before, and it's a learning curve. So it's like it's not his fault. You know what to expect.
Okay, so when I shoot pigs, I usually use a caliber larger than 22.
Well, what is 22? It was a point blank in the head. It should have been more. It was more than sufficient. It did kill it within 20 seconds. But they kick for up to 5 minutes. That's just they do.
Bastards.
Yeah,
I don't know. Last time we shot a pig, shot 2 times with a 22, and didn't even phase it. After
Are you
5
kidding? I
minutes,
had a
he was-
sheep. I had a sheep 2 years ago that the bullet fucking bounced off its damn head.
Yeah, I watched you shoot the thing, the 20 with the 22. I think she had me and
Nightshade. Yeah, we were both holding the pig down, trying to anyway.
By the way, I got my meat horn out. Oh, it's too dark for you to even fucking see it.
I'm about to say, Adrian, you are really dark.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
been in sun too much.
with big double chins. I really want to show myself. But I got my meat horn out, so I'm finishing up the evening with some nice what is it? Macho mead. From,
it doesn't let me do this. I don't know how you guys are drag dropping it in a fucking chat.
Are you? It's the hangout, right?
No, and it's not that he told me to drop it in the YouTube chat. I don't think you can do it in the YouTube chat.
Oh no! Sorry.
Is there a different hangout? That's why I'm asking.
Nope, just here.
Or are you using an old
I've
hangout?
already done them there. Yeah, no, I've already done that. Yeah, no, I've dropped it now. That's why I was confused. I'm like, I don't
no. Only that one. That one. Yeah.
No.
Dang, that's almost a rhinoceros horn.
Yeah, you just create an Instagram and then you can drop them onto the comments that way.
Oh no, I hear if you want it. I mean, look, I already got an entire album here. You can go through the entire poultry album if you really want to go through it. I'm going to be adding more. Yeah, that's all my cocks.
Nice, man.
Lots of cocks. Got tons of cocks.
All right, I'm gonna get off of here because I am.
What? You don't like all the cocks?
No.
You want to see the food? I got an entire food album here too.
I'm folded like laundry.
You want to see the pig? It's a delicious pig.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it.
Do you guys know
Take
how to
Jackson.
hack computers?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's my evening right there.
So, how
I was
far
trying to
away
segue.
is a computer with a 15 millisecond ping?
No way.
15 milliseconds away.
How many routers your signal is going through?
Well, that was my segue. I threw it
Man,
out
that
there.
is so much better than some of the pings that I get doing shit.
Okay, okay. So I'm the internet situation at my apartment is complete garbage. The the everything, all devices for the entire apartment are on one single, or like on like maybe two access points, and there's like 200 plus devices. It's terrible. It's sometimes I'll have ping of like 20, and then all of a sudden 3,000 like within like a half hour. It's like, why?
Well, that's because their infrastructure is badly configured, or
Dude, do they have
even
UPnP open? If they have UPnP open, just open up all the ports to you, and then there you go. You own it all. You won't have to worry about it.
Well, the thing is,
I
it's
know
like
that
they
feel
try.
too. I've
It's like
got a
they tried
1
to
gig
have.
dedicated line. So
It's like they and they have the capability to do the dedicated line, because one of my neighbors, I found out, has a dedicated line through the firewall or whatever. But so like the rest of it is just like I got really mad because she was getting like 7 megabyte downloads a second or something like that, and then I'm sitting here at like under like just getting like 100 kilobits, and I'm like, really?
that sucks. I mean, I found out that my phone's hardware can only do 300 megasecond, but I've got 1 gig. And it's like, where's my other 700?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like it.
To kind of rub that in, if that helps.
Who are you sharing your horn with, Adrian?
That's my roommate Corey. He's one of my videographers at Vivicon.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Sometimes he cuddles by accident.
Well, Corey just passes out, and then I have to kick him and like get up off the bathroom floor, put him on the couch, then I wake back up and like, all right, he's on my bed. What the fuck?
I told you, I built a fort out of pillows, and all of a sudden I feel like nudge on one of the pillows. I'm like, wait, what the hell?
So was he cuddling the pillow?
He was kind of cuddling the pillow. It wasn't actually. I was in a fort, so built a cushion for it.
Yeah, he's my
You have to understand. Adrian had the temperature. Like the oh fuck, who was it? It was
big fat
was it Treebird? No, was Samwise. So Samwise was in there the night before, and you put the goddamn AC up to like 3 billion, and he's a skinny fucker, and I'm just get cold because I'm a woman, and so I was fucking freezing to death. So I literally just built myself an igloo out of cushions and wrapped myself in a bunch of blankets.
I like the cold. I live in the cold.
Yeah,
I was like dying. We were both dying. He almost Samwise nearly froze to death because it's like you need to feed that kid. Feed him.
Samwise is like 5 inches taller than I am.
He's like weighs like nothing though.
I mean, you put like he could blow over in the wind.
This poor kid.
Nice guy, but yeah, he's skinny mother. I'm gonna try to get in better shape. Really, I will, because I got to impress hot young chicks. So I got to get in better shape than I currently am. Because look at this, I have decayed. I used to look a lot pretty about 10 years ago.
We're not gonna disagree.
No.
Pictures where it didn't happen.
Boom.
Dick pictures or it didn't happen? What? Inappropriate, dog. Inappropriate.
Cock pictures or it didn't happen.
Hey, Adrian, so when are you going to grow the beard back out?
No, see, the thing about the beard is I've seen so many like manginas from Tony Boy. Other guys, you've grown beards out just to make up for the weak jaw, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather get my jaw. My jaw is currently getting pretty weak. I'd rather improve my jawline and not be like these guys who grow these beards to cover up for the lack of masculinity. And I'm tired of seeing this hatred towards masculinity. I'm trying to see I'm tired of seeing bros listed as some kind of pejorative towards men. or this
fucking Internet Explorer is shit.
Fuck that shit.
Yes.
So I don't want to grow a beard because I've seen too many men who try to use a beard as some kind of cover for a lack of masculinity. And I know I'm a little drunk, so I'm slurring my shit right now. But no, that's why I'm not going back to beard.
Ganon's bunny came out so cute.
I've seen too many really emasculated fucking pussified men who grow I can't even call big ass beards, but they grow these like scruffy ass beards to compensate for it. I'm trying to avoid that particular.
You just have to do your own thing, Adrian. Like, fuck the haters, fuck the manginas. Who cares? Do what's best for you.
You mean
I agree. Do what's best for you. A lot of it.
SJWs or something else?
I can go back to full Viking like I did like a year ago.
I almost feel like I should do that. Just because right now I haven't like gotten a haircut in like maybe like half a year.
Me too.
And then I've just been growing my beard out somewhat, just trying to make it like a longer goatee kind of thing. I don't know. But I almost feel like going full Viking.
Unfortunately, due to my Native American ancestry, I cannot grow a fucking beard to save my life.
I can.
Yet I can.
But now at this point, 2 months in, 2 weeks in, it looks like I'm growing a beard. You saw my beard from last year's DerbyCon.
I still have your beard from last year's DerbyCon.
Yeah, Mary still sleeps with it.
Oh yes, that's right. Mary still has possession of my beard. I'm going to hold my meat horn.
I still have it. Yeah, I gotta bring it to the next one so we can auction it again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
have you seen that? It's fucking amazing. It's on like an actual human Bucky skull. It's awesome.
When the man won the contest to be able to shave my beard, he cut it off, and then he gave it to Mary to do arts and crafts with. And what's happening with it right now?
I saw that. That's glorious.
Yeah, because that's the thing with the beards. The millennials and hipsters decided it'd be cool to start growing beards and putting oils and all that crap in it. When
the oils
and waxing their tips like
I gotta give you, the oils and crap do help because it becomes a control issue. Because all right, I'm gonna express some empathy for my my brethren of African heritage. My beard, I can understand. After dealing with my beard for a while, I can understand why so many black guys I know shave their head, flat. Because if you have really kinky hair, like I did in my beard, that shit's hard to deal with. So I can understand why so many black guys I know shave their head like fucking flat.
Yeah.
Yes, because if it grows for too long, it gets fucking itchy as hell.
Well, there's that too. Because the beard I'll admit my beard. Actually, after about 4 weeks, it didn't get any itchy anymore. But I was
gonna say itchiness is a phase.
No, not my hair. No, fuck no.
Well, okay, so speaking as a white Northern European guy growing a beard, the beard itchiness I find is a phase.
No, I'm talking about the top of my hair.
Okay, that's a different story.
All right, express to us what issues with black hair on the top of the head, because us white guys have a slight experience with it on chins, but most of us white guys have like straight hair on the tops of our heads. So just growing like a few inches of a furrow that gets itchy.
Just use Regex. Replace all white hair with black hair, I guess.
I can just do that in Photoshop. And actually, After Effects will do it too. I can just mask it.
Seriously interested.
I can totally fix that shit in post.
I know it's like to be a white boy with like a facial hair, and that gets itchy. I can understand it. So I'd imagine a black guy with like a couple inches of hair on the head.
So, wait, Adrian, this is what you need to do. I need you to take 2 blue pieces of painter's tape, and I want 1 on each temple because you got it pulled back, and just leave it there so I can track it. And then in post, what we'll do is I'll just take and we'll just put like, a little wig on there.
She can't do.
Oh, dude, she's totally
The
gonna
thing
make
is,
it into a baby doll.
actually, if you really want to do it, you put give me at least 4 points. You want 1 on each side of your chin and the bottom, 1 on each of the top.
Experience on this because I want.
Yeah, but she's
I
still
can totally like slim. I can slim your face down too. I mean, I can do all that shit in post. Like I have a fucking bachelor's in that
My
shit.
fatness needs to be solved by myself losing weight by eating less. And
I know. Which is the better way to do it. Although Apple phones have these fucking filters.
Everybody else back the book out.
No, like listen to her, but you also have to put a shoe on your head.
The only black guy Jack. I'm
The
curious
shoe is how you track.
with growing head hair. You say it gets itchy because I know my beard comes in very kinky and it gets itchy about after 2 weeks. It's itchy as hell and then it gets okay. What is after I'm curious.
I don't know what mine after not cutting it for a month and a half. It's just constantly itchy because my scalp just wants to breathe.
Okay.
And so then I break down and I just get it shaved low.
Just make sure after you put the painter's tape on, you have to put a shoe on your head.
See, I grew a long beard last year.
Way.
People were wondering why I had that big ass bushy ass beard I had at DerbyCon last year. That's because my uncle died around January of last year. My uncle had a beard pretty much all my life that I knew him. And so I decided I would show up at his funeral with a beard like he had. And then I decided, fuck it. I'll leave this beard to DerbyCon and I'd shave it for charity. And that's why I had my beard that I had.
Got you.
I hadn't previously had a beard that, well, if you saw pictures of me with that beard, it was fucking huge. That's why I did what I did. But yeah, that beard was ungainly. So I can understand, if that was hair on my head, I'd be shaving that shit constantly. I would not. That was untenable.
I've only heard DerbyCon mentioned. Do you guys go to any other conventions?
None that are worth it.
Nope.
You really want me to list all the cons I've been to?
No, I know you've been to a few.
Johnny Cash, she's been everywhere, man.
I only heard DerbyCon mentioned. I was just wondering.
That's
mentioned Hope earlier. DEFCON.
Yeah, he comes to my con.
I haven't been to my con. I've been like DEFCON, Black Hat. I've been to DerbyCon a couple times.
You've never been to Packers? Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I've never been to my con either.
I mean, my own damn con.
My con is called Fuck It, we went live.
Because I've only been to DerbyCon twice, but that was like 3 years ago. 3 and 4.
Let me post my cock picture.
Speaking of starting cons, I actually was thinking about starting my
That's Carl's emote.
one
got this.
For a student group that I run, just to kind of draw some more interest.
Oh, really?
We'll see. Yeah.
So over there, but yeah.
It'd be really cool if I could get you guys out to Minnesota. That would be fun.
Sorry.
Is it actually working?
The only way you'll get me to Minnesota is during the summer.
Yeah, you upload it.
Winter, forget about it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I got invited by the people. The nice lady who helps run her and her husband run GoCon. Jamie,
Pink Nightmare and Chris Payne.
God, they're awesome people too. They're so much fun.
They invited me out to do BurrCon, but I was always busy doing a different conference at the same time. They're very sweet people. But they have it out at BurrCon because it's fucking cold at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm always set to do a different con at the same time. I think Show Me Con completes of it. It's hard not to have a con anymore without having somebody else at the same time.
Yeah.
So where was BurrCon? Like Alaska or North Dakota?
Someone look it up for me, please.
San Diego, duh.
Yeah, San Diego.
BurrCon.
Houghton Hancock, Michigan, in the depths of winter.
Someone look up BurkCon for me. But the couple originally lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Then they moved, to where Target has its base at, and
Minnesota.
Yeah, Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that BurkCon is in Minnesota.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
GurCon is in. Oh, BurkCon. Yeah, no. Yeah, BurkCon. Yeah,
People founded GurCon. The people who founded GurCon moved, and now they're in some place really fucking. All right.
And she's thinking. I think I'm moving again to Texas. That's the next one.
Pink Nightmare and Egg Drop. I'm sorry if you ever listen to this. I'm totally fucking up where you have shit. I just remember BurkCon being something that's way colder, and also unfortunately conflicting some of the things. So I'd love to go to that BurkCon also, but GurCon is on my schedule for things to record next year because BurkCon next year happens before DerbyCon.
Nice.
So I am
fucking visual image
researching a thing that is occurring in June. There's a BurkCon that's occurring on June 8th, 2018 in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Minneapolis Convention Center.
That is actually a great venue. I love that place. It's big. It's awesome.
Did it send it to his channel? Oh my god, that'd be fucking amazing. Oh my god, please, 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 I fucked it up and sent it to his channel because I'll die.
I didn't get it.
Or a funny.
No. I think I just linked something by accident, but I hope I did because it'd be really cool if it did. Shit, I was hoping.
Well, I'm going to get off. All of you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys all Wednesday.
Later, man. See you Wednesday.
See you guys.
All right. Yep, you guys have fun. Right, yeah, I should probably head off too, so I can focus on.
None of us will probably be much longer for this because my meat is about running out. I'm about to pass out.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Is James still even on the cast? Because he is our patron leprechaun. Well, fuck, James is no longer. James.
What? Oh, hold on, we're almost done.
When you guys get done, can you turn the lights off?
Yes.
James quietly just left the stream because he is our leprechaun. Because he's slightly shorter than me and he's redheaded, and I don't know what happened to him. But all right.
Yes.
I'm trying to stop communication.
I'm only
and I said yes.
Heritage. It's only 7% leprechaun. Oh, sorry, 7% Irish.
0%.
Higher than that.
Woo! All right, I'm heading off, guys, because I need to tend to.
Bye.
Bye, Mary.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you too.
Bye.
Have fun with the drunk car.
She does have a beautiful cock. I've seen the cock many times in person. I've also tried to milk a goat.
Is he also as pettable?
Got well. I'm not a good goat milker. It's not. I know. That don't work out.
Is her cock as pettable as it looks?
Yes, it's very adorable. It's a sweet cock.
Excellent.
The only thing about her cock is it wants to crow at about 5 in the morning.
Hey.
So bear that in mind.
It's ready for business at 5 in the morning. You should be ready for business at 5 in the morning too, motherfucker.
I'll give you the business at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Carl probably is. What I know of Carl the cock, he does seem like a little overeager. Because I've been to the first 2 Hackers on a Farm, but I'm a special status. I get to stay in the house, so they have a little bed for me. So that's a nice feature.
Is that the case though? Because they've got their daughter now.
Well, I was
she's taking
last year.
All right. Well, all right.
If not, I'll sleep in my fucking car.
Crap, that's what I meant to ask. If they, with the state fair, if she actually entered it, or if her daughter entered the cock.
I imagine she did.
Not to say that in a bad way.
She recently adopted her daughter.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know if adults could actually do the stuff with the state fair.
Hell,
or
I
fairs
don't
in general.
know that even, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh man, everybody just fucking dropped off the cast.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I'm still here.
They heard you were almost done with your mead.
Well, the horn, yeah, my horn
Mead.
is almost done. And it
Whoa, yeah. People didn't even say bye or anything. How
okay,
rude.
it's done.
Okay.
That was that was very rude. Not you, Ray.
The cast was mostly improvised anyway. I probably should go to sleep. I didn't get my groove back though. I need to find new projects I want to actually do in InfoSec. I need to find new inspirational things. I think
that'd be a good topic.
I need
maybe on an upcoming cast
to make Manginas kill themselves for being male feminists. I need to figure out all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So I have a recommendation. You need to get more into ham radio.
More into ham radio.
Yeah, I'm saying like there's so much about hacker culture and ham culture that where they've both come like right up to the line where they meet. And my general goal has been to try to bridge that divide between the two subcultures. And I think you would find an awful lot of allies regarding like your quest to vanquish all of, as you put it, the Manginas and SJWs in the ham community, because there are a lot of old school, like, hardcore motherfuckers.
Probably true.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my projects I've been working on lately is, it turns out it's not very expensive at all to buy time on a commission. So I'm working with some friends to try to put together our own broadcast. And there's a commercial shortwave radio station in Maine that is bringing a 500,000 watt transmitter online this fall.
Wow.
Which means that you could then anyone who buy the same amount of coverage that Voice of America used to have during the Cold War. You could literally project a radio signal anywhere on Earth if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And we have decided that Detroit techno shall be the means of our we will colonize the world with the sound of my city.
Really? How bad has Detroit got over the last few years? I've heard people talk about crime rates raising in Detroit. Has it gotten that bad, or what's the deal? I only come up there for like besides Detroit, and I hang out with you, but that's about it.
So yeah, like frankly, I would say it looks to me like a fair bit of Detroit is actually gentrifying. Like the region when besides Detroit and Converge were at Wayne State's campus there, that like back when I was an undergrad in the early 90s, that area, and I actually went to the University of Michigan Dearborn, so I was a good deal, it's kind of south and west there. Wayne State and like that was an area where particularly women didn't want to walk at night. Students didn't want to, they were worried about coming back to their cars late at night. And like, what messes with me about that district along Cass Avenue there is it used to be a really bad area. So my internal, like, situational awareness tells me I should be on guard there. But everything about how it is now tells me I could let my guard down. So I kind of am in this sort of conflicted state when I'm in that area. And like I just was found a week ago was the St. Patrick's Day parade by the Irish American Society of Detroit. And there were, aside from the usual, like Detroit is a decaying wasteland and our roads are total shit, those were the big problems I had. I didn't have problems with people or, there was a very prominent Detroit Police Department presence there. A lot of people just wanting to have a good time for the parade. There really weren't problems at that event. I would say, I haven't seen the data yet, but my sense is that Detroit's crime rate is actually going to have decreased in the last year or two, particularly since the new mayor with his new police chief, whose name, what's his name? His last name's Craig. Chief Craig has openly encouraged people in Detroit, people who are law-abiding, to get their concealed carry licenses, and basically, kind of supporting law-abiding gun ownership there. I suspect that overall Detroit's violent crime rate might be trending down.
Well, let's all hope that. And you know what? I have drank my last thing of mead, and I think we're good for me stopping the cast. And some people can continue to speak if they want to. But I think we're pretty much done with the cast for tonight. And I thank you all for joining. You all have a good, lovely evening.
You too.